fans. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, what do we have here, Phil?
Well, Jim, you're right. Two nervous teams, but mainly the Denver Broncos. High expectations for them this year. They're 0-1. They're hit home against a team that everybody thinks they should beat, so they got to be nervous on the Broncos sideline.
All kinds of interesting subplots today, including, of course, Damon Huard at quarterback for the Chiefs. This game is brought to you in high-definition television, and the Broncos will be receiving the opening kickoff. This will be, as I mentioned, the first game without Trent Green at quarterback after 81 consecutive starts, out after that head trauma suffered last week against Cincinnati. There's Damon Huard, who will step in and start for the first time in 6 years. But he'll have to wait for a while because the Broncos receive the opening kick from Lawrence Tynes. Kansas City's defense played well last week in the loss to Cincinnati. They allowed only 12 first downs and 236 total yards, but they turned it over, and the Bengals prevailed as Cedric Cobbs is back deep for Denver, and he fields it midway through the end zone, and it's a touchback. Meanwhile, the Broncos open with a loss at St. Louis. Their defense played well, talking about the Broncos, but their offense was atrocious last week. Jake Plummer looking for the big bounce back today. His line includes Tom Nealon, longtime veteran and Pro Bowler at center. And starting out in the backfield, it'll be Tatum Bell, who rushed for over 100 yards last week. Just his third career start for Tatum Bell, who will be alternating series with the rookie Mike Bell. And possibly we'll even see Cobbs coming in today, depending on how Mike Bell is able to go with a broken fingertip. So movement on the snap, and the 4-yard burst may be coming back.
Offside. Defense number 56 in the neutral zone with the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So they'll get a 1st and 5. Ron Winter, the referee today, and that Kansas City defense of Gunther Cunningham includes the rookie from Penn State, Tamba Hali, taken in the 1st round. And last year's 1st round of Derek Johnson, one of the linebackers, and Ty Law, the decorated veteran in the secondary, coming over as a free agent after 10 picks last year with the Jets. On 1st and 5, leaping ahead, it's Tatum Bell for the 1st down.
Well, what can you expect today as we look at the spotlight? The offense for the Denver Broncos, go back to the good old days. That means run the football, and they get Jake Plummer outside the pocket to throw it. Not a lot of success last week, drop back and trying to get it done that way. For the Kansas City defense, Herm Edwards said, we are going to blitz these guys. And I said, why are you going to blitz them so much? Because he thinks they can cover the receivers outside one-on-one.
New set of downs for the Broncos from the 31. And a toss is to Tatum Bell. And another quick 5 for Tatum. Now, they moved the football last week on the ground, talking about the Broncos, but just too many turnovers. They had 5 turnovers last week, which was high in the league for week 1, and the most by a Denver team as far as turnovers committed in 85 regular season games going back to November 2000.
I think Mike Shanahan, talking to us on Friday, took some of the blame. He said he probably put too much in for the offense, too much on Jake Plummer, so that's why they're going to go back to what works.
So 2nd down at 5, and again they'll toss it to Tatum, weaving around, and he is stopped 3 yards short of the 1st. They played at the Rams, talking about the Broncos last week, and they did in fact turn it over. A missed assignment by Mike Bell led to the fumble, and then the 3 interceptions of Plummer, who threw only 7 all of last regular season. But so much symmetry, Phil, to the Broncos opener from a year ago when they lost on the road at Miami. And then bounced back, of course, to go to 13-3 during the regular season. Got a rookie in Brandon Marshall in for the first time. He's up this week after being inactive. Week 1, 3rd and 3, pass too high. That was going in the direction of Rod Smith.
Jake Plummer on the ground. Jared Allen hits him and knocks him down. Anytime there's an obvious passing situation, the Denver Broncos, they're an average pass blocking team. And one strength of this Kansas City defense, and Mike Shanahan says it, they're strong and tough with that front seven, so he knows if they drop Jake Plummer back, it's going to be hard to protect him.
Paul Ernster to punt to Dante Hall. And that gets everyone's attention when you just say the name Dante Hall. That was Jared Allen you saw, who pancaked Plummer after the pass. He is one active defensive lineman for the Chiefs. And Ernster. Delayed driving spiral, backing up Hall to the 16, and here he goes. Across the 30 to the 33, a good run back. 47-yard punt, 18-yard return, and here comes Damon Huard. Damon Huard, 7th career start. Now he is 5-1 when they've been called on to bench hit. And the offensive line, some new faces, including Kyle Turley on the left side, in for the retired Willie Roaf. And in the backfield, Larry Johnson held only 68 yards on the ground last week, snapping a 9-game streak of 100-yard performances. So Huard on first down puts it in the hands of Larry Johnson for a yard. That's all. The Denver defense did not surrender a touchdown last week. Gave up just 6 field goals. Kennard Lang starts for the injured Courtney Brown. Al Wilson, the vocal leader, plugs that middle. And Champ Bailey, one of the best defenders in the National Football League. Second down and 9. And Damon Huard under center. 3 tight ends in for the Chiefs. Stay on the ground, Larry Johnson. Contact at the line, scoots ahead to the 40-41. It'll be a 3rd and about 3 coming up. Give him 6.
Couple new formations for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Beautiful day here in Denver. And we welcome those of you who saw Cincinnati silence Cleveland today, 34-17. Rudy Johnson over 100 and a couple of touchdowns. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Invesco Field at Mile High. Denver picked up 1 first down, then punted. Now the Chiefs with their first possession. And a 3rd and 3. And Damon Huard connects for the first. He hits Jason Dunn, the backup tight end, to Tony Gonzalez.
Jim, you said it. 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends in there. And what they do, they put both of them side by side. Jason Dunn didn't see him in the game much last week, but you put him in. He's a good blocker, catches the short passes, but more importantly, to slow the pass rush down when Damon Huard does want to throw.
So they move the chains. And from the 47, open space, Larry Johnson rumbling to the 35. Running right behind Brian Waters, that Pro Bowl guard. On the left side, 17 yards for Johnson.
Of course, the strength of this Kansas City offensive line, the 3 interior linemen. So where do you want to run? Up the middle. That time, the center and both guards do a tremendous job.
Well, Herm Edwards told his team it's going to be a fight. We're not going to knock them out right away, but on the road, the key is a fast start. And on offense, no turnovers, no fouls. First down from the 36. Chiefs driving with their first possession. And Larry Johnson stuff maybe gets a yard. That's it. We welcome those of you who saw Baltimore improve to 2-0, holding the Raiders to just a pair of field goals, and the Raiders dropping to 0-2. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, and the CBS team on hand here in Denver. Again, if you're just joining us, Kansas City's first possession. Damon Huard in at quarterback. Picked up a first down on a pass play earlier on this series. Denver picked up 1 new set of downs when they had it off the opening kick and then punted. Second down, we'll call it 10. No gain for Johnson on that last carry. But he'll get it again. And he's inside the 30. And let's look up Phil Simms' spotlight off that great headshot right there.
There you go. Thank you, Jim. But you talked about it. Baby steps. Damon Huard in for Trent Green. So they want to get him into the flow, get in the flow of the game early with some easy throws. The talent show by the Broncos defense last year, a heavy blitz team. This year they don't want to blitz as much because they want the talent to show. They do not want to gamble.
3rd down and 3, and Chris Wilson in motion. The toss to the left side, waiting for it to open up. Johnson, that patience paying off with another 1st down. And Tony Gonzalez with a nice key block on that side for 5 yards.
Al Wilson, middle linebacker for the Broncos, says they run running plays, and it takes them forever because they let the ball stretch so far to the sideline. Look how long the offensive linemen have to sustain blocks. And then finally, Larry Johnson goes, well, let me run up in here and get a few extra yards. They can do it because they can hold the blocks, and they have a big running back. Once he decides to go forward, can break the arm tackle.
And big Kyle Turley helped seal that side also. So Kansas City continues to move. Michael Bennett is in the backfield as Johnson sits out of play. It's Michael Bennett, and take it off. Bennett falling forward near another 1st. Bennett's first carry as a Kansas City Chief.
Sorry, Jim, but I said a couple times, you said it, Jim, the double tight end look. What when you bring 2 tight ends to the offensive, look at the blocking that time in the hole for the runner, but it settles the defense down. They're thinking run. They don't want to blitz, so they don't crowd the line of scrimmage as much, and that's one of the reasons why the Chiefs are having success running the football in this first drive.
They've had 8 plays, 6 runs by Johnson, 1 by Bennett, and 1 little toss by Huard that kept the drive going. And it's Bennett earning another 1st down. Bennett acquired August the 2nd in a trade he had signed in the offseason with New Orleans after spending his first 5 years with Minnesota. And he's got talent, always had talent if he could just stay healthy. Now, in the red zone last week for Kansas City, 2 trips, a touchdown, and a field goal. The touchdown, a pass from Huard to Tony Gonzalez. Larry Johnson returns on 1st down. Johnson off the left side for a couple into Warren and Myers and Al Wilson.
Well, there's no hiding the fact what they're going to do. They're just, it almost looks like old-style Oklahoma football. Everybody's inside the hashes for the Kansas City Chiefs except 1 wide receiver. There's not much you can do out of these formations except run the football with Larry Johnson.
So Damon Huard has thrown it only once as the Chiefs are moving it impressively here at the start. 2nd down and 8. Right into Myers again. It'll set up 3rd and about 6 coming up. This Damon Huard, though, you've seen him a couple of times when he's been called on in his career, Phil, to fill in, and he has really done a good job when he's been asked.
He always has, Jim. I thought he did a really good job last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a calm person, even though he didn't show it with us yesterday as he was shaking for 20 minutes as he talked to us. But he's calm, he's an accurate passer, and he understands football situations. That means he knows when to take a chance.
3rd down and 5. Will stay on the ground. Toss. Johnson nowhere to go. Somehow managed a yard. Ball was bobbled, and Lynch comes out with it to the 14-yard line, and they may not have whistled that play dead. They're saying Denver recovery.
They did not, but the big question here, Jim, there was no whistle. Was forward progress stopped?
Ruling on the field is a fumble by the Kansas City, advanced by Denver and down by contact. Ball belongs to Denver. 1st down.
That's the ruling on the field, but what does the tape show?
Fumble.
Yep, looks like a fumble, and out of the pile, Lynch. And Denver defense makes the stand.
Ooh. Oh.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet specials, you can fly to over 60 destinations coast to coast for just $49 to $159. Purchased by October 19th.
free to move about the country.
I'm Huard Jr. Welcome to Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler.
New fits, new comfort, new styles. Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. New fits, new comfort, new styles.
Hi, here's your pizza. This is Fudge'ems. He's helping us with our newest promotion. Warm brownies with fudge dipping sauce. They're free.
Free warm brownies? Oh, you're too good to be true. Oh.
I love you, Fudge'ems.
Oh. Oh, Fudge'ems.
Get 10 warm oven-baked brownie squares free when you buy any large pizza at menu price.
Hey, I'm Huard Jr. Test drive a pair of jeans from Wrangler Jeans Company, and you can win your own test drive around the track with me. But I'm driving. Go to Wrangler.com to find out how to enter.
Are you ready for CBS Premiere Monday? Come on! It all starts with the new series from the producers of Friends and Mad About You.
This is the best party ever.
The Class. Then it's the season premiere of the hit comedy How I Met Your Mother.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
Stop being a couple.
It all starts CBS Premiere Monday.
There's John Lynch, 14-year man, 7-time Pro Bowler, coming out of the pile off the Johnson fumble, which was forced by Nick Ferguson. Nailing to snap it to Plummer, and Mike Bell, the rookie running back, they fake inside to him. But this did not fool the Chiefs at all as Tamba Hali, the rookie, comes in on Rod Smith. Here's the fumble.
Well, here's what happens, Jim. Larry Johnson is protecting the football. He has it up against his body, but when a helmet of Nick Ferguson comes in, hits right on it, that is going to jar the football loose from anybody.
That was a drive for the Chiefs that took almost half the quarter, 7 minutes and 26 seconds, and they come out empty. There's Ferguson who forced it. Brandon Marshall, rookie receiver, in. 2nd down and 15 for Denver. As Marshall to top the screen. Mike Bell and the rookie colliding with bodies after a gain of 3. Well, when Herm Edwards was with the Jets in his 5 years, they had the fewest giveaways in the 5-year span. So there you see 2nd overall turnover differential. And Kansas City, his new team, also on that top 5 list. But they've given away one here at the start. Tony Scheffler, rookie tight end, enters the game on 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Screen pass, Mike Bell makes a miss out to the 22-yard line. And what a try by Bell near the 1st.
He's gaining yards as the official runs in there. It looked like it was short when he hit the ground from up here.
Benny Sapp with the hit, still appears to be inches shy.
I'll say this, Jim, though, as you watch the Denver offensive play selection, you can see the respect that they have for Kansas City's front 7. Being careful with the passes. They tried to reverse to see if maybe the Kansas City defense was over pursuing. They were not. Hali stayed at home. And something that this defense has not done in years here in Denver. Can't tell.
No, he's short.
Looks short. I wanted you to say if he made it or not, because last week the unofficial count was you were 1 for 7.
I looked at the tape and I was 4 for 5.
Yeah, right.
And I'll be happy to hand it off to you.
But I said to Herm Edwards, the boot passes, the reverses, they have really destroyed the Kansas City defense in previous years. But so far today, an excellent start by the defense, just keeping them from getting outside.
Last week in a lackluster offensive effort to try to get things going, at one point Shanahan went for it on 4th and 1 at his own 30 and got it behind a Mike Bell run, but too early to do that kind of thing now on 4th and inches. So they bring in Ernster, Mike Leach to snap it back, and again Dante Hall waits.
Plenty of room.
I mean, he's got a 20-yard start here on the coverage. Here comes Hall. Plants the feet and takes off. And down at the 38. A long boot again in this rarefied air. 61 yards. 21 yard on the return. Net 40.
When is something not what it seems? When it's something more. Budweiser Select is the one beer that's brewed longer for a bold taste that finishes clean.
Don't just raise your glass, raise your beer.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players. Like Peyton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the power of the NFL in your hand, only with Sprint.
CBS Premiere Tuesday on NCIS. It's a season of secrets, and every agent has one.
No one can know about this.
The NCIS season premiere, then.
Blaine, Jonas, U.S. Army.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against me in judgment, thou shalt condemn. I will have no fear. I will know no.
Live long enough. People say you're difficult. Just means you aren't dead yet.
Give me a sign.
The Unit, starring Dennis Haysbert. Season premiere after NCIS. When Action Tuesday returns, CBS Tuesday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Verizon Wireless. And by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it.
Follow every game with lightning fast scoring and play against other fans in Trivia Tower. All free at CBSSportsline.com or Sunday Game Center. Second possession for the Chiefs begins at their 38. Fake the end around, ball is loose again. And in the pile, who comes away with it? They were faking the end around to Dante Hall, but then trying to hand it off inside.
I think Damon Huard was trying to fake the reverse and didn't take time to just stick the football into the belly of Larry Johnson.
Now Wilson comes in and moves back a couple of Chief players, says, hey, get off the pile. Recovery, Kansas City.
Let's watch Damon Huard as he's making the fake. He kind of takes his eyes off of Larry Johnson. Never gets in there. Larry Johnson never gets a good handle on it.
And that's Kevin Sampson starting at right tackle. His first start with the recovery. Chris Wilson lining up as the fullback on 2nd down and 15. Now they move him out. And a flag from the secondary. And the play whistle dead.
Delay a game.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
You have to go back to Thanksgiving week 2000. The last time Damon Huard started a game, he was in a Miami Dolphin uniform at Indianapolis. And in the last 2 minutes, he drove the Dolphins down the field. Hit Aronde Gadsden with 1:10 left for the winner. Second down and 20. On the slant, he hits Sammy Parker. Picks up some of that yardage with Darren Williams defending. We've got an update coming out of the studio, and James Brown.
Hey, Jim, big day by the kicker Ryan Longwell, whose touchdown toss tied it up for Minnesota, delivers the game-winning field goal, his second in 2 weeks. That one a 19-yarder to take Minnesota past Carolina. Back to Jim and Phil.
Thank you, JB. They're now 2-0, and the Panthers, many people had them as a Super Bowl team out of the NFC. They're now 0-2. 3rd down and 12, and Huard for the first time goes shotgun. Good protection. Hits Gonzalez. Not nearly enough for the first. Threw underneath the coverage. Brandon and Al Wilson double teaming the big tight end.
But a good safe throw. Last time they turned the football over, I know Herm Edwards is probably going to Damon Huard as he comes off the sideline. Hey, good job, good job. Because when you fumble that first run on a series, you're just trying to reestablish field position, and that's what they did with the last 2 positive plays.
Dustin Colquitt in to punt. Kendall Gammon to snap it back. Dustin's brother kicking last night, punting last night for Tennessee in prime time on CBS. And back to Darren Williams. Fields it at the 14. Sidestepping one and still on his feet to the 22. Closing seconds of the first quarter. We are scoreless at Invesco Field.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get help right when you need it? That's the idea behind a new live on-screen service called Dell Connect. A Dell specialist can access and diagnose your computer problem remotely and help solve your problem for you, all live through your broadband connection.
Okay, mind if I log on and take a look? Just sit back while I take care of this for you. That should do it. You're all set.
And Dell Connect comes standard with every Dell PC. Just another way Dell is purely you.
Introducing the new Sicilian lasagna pizza from Pizza Hut. Hearty beef topping and a blend of mozzarella, creamy ricotta, and Parmesan cheese, all on a seasoned crust. It's just $10.99. Right now for just $5 more at any medium one-topping pizza.
This Friday, the world's darkest moment.
The Germans are moving toward Paris.
Will become their finest hour. Flyboys, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
The 23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper add up to so much taste. 23 is always on the tip of your tongue.
And so, at the end of the 23rd quarter, it's all tied up, 23-23.
X is the square root of Y. True or false? Karen.
23?
Dr. Pepper. With 23 flavors and one mind-blowing taste, there's more to it.
I remember when I was really young thinking how amazing it would be traveling the world with just the clothes on my back.
This has been the most amazing experience of my life.
Our friendship is what got us through this.
It's my everything.
The new Amazing Race begins CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
It's premiere week on CBS, and don't miss the hottest premiere of the season when CSI Miami takes you to one of the most exciting places on earth, Rio. It's tomorrow on America's most watched network. Tatum Bell gets the call this series. And they pitch it over to Tatum for a gain of 2. That's it. Broncos got a first down on their first offensive play of this game, but none since. And we've run out of time in the opening quarter. Scoreless. We'll return to Invesco Field after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Checking out this morning's traffic. It's gridlocked all the way into downtown. All 4 lanes are...
A new level of strength, a new level of quality. Introducing the GM 100,000-mile warranty, a new level of confidence.
You're gonna get what you need. Gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you need.
With courtesy transportation and roadside assistance, it's the best coverage in America from the biggest brand in America.
Coach, have you seen this Coors Light Gridiron cooler box? All you gotta do is add ice. Pretty good, huh?
Brilliant. Not just good. Brilliant.
Coach, how many players would you trade for a cooler box?
9 of them. Both tackles, tight end, 1 guard, quarterback, running back, both receivers, and then a backup guy.
The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box. A case of go-anywhere plastic bottles and a ready-made cooler.
Coach, I'm thinking of coming to training camp next year.
You're spinning your wheels. Don't make the trip.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, it's in the NFL. Is it in you? And by IBM. What makes you special?
The first quarter that just flew by here in the Mile High City. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, along with Lance Barrow, Mike Arnold, and the crew down in the truck. We welcome you with Denver now at the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Tatum Bell running right side, and Jared Allen on his back, as well as James Reed.
Jim, did you notice that defense that last time by the Kansas City Chiefs? Everybody up at the line of scrimmage. That is something they took from the Denver Broncos of last year. And, you know, we call it the punt rush look. The Broncos are trying to get away from it and not do it as much. But I saw it quite a few times from Gunther Cunningham last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Bengals really never did anything productive against it.
3rd down and 5. And let's see if Plummer can gain a little confidence here. As the time goes short, and will be short of the first. It's Alexander with the catch for only 3. Back to New York. Back to you, JB.
Jim, make no mistake about it, the rookie Lawrence Maroney, an outstanding running back, but Corey Dillon says, hey, don't forget about me. He takes it over 1 yard to cap an 11-play, 82-yard drive. Patriots on top, 7-0. Back to Jim and Phil.
All right, thank you, James. With Belichick going against Mangini. And
it's not personal.
Not at all.
No.
They had a lot to say about one another this week.
Not with Bill. It's not personal. 2 running back tandems, though. You see it New England. It's here in Denver. A lot of teams around the league using it. Good idea.
Ernster to punt for the 3rd time. And it's Hall. Wants to go right, now switches left. Changes his mind. And steps out. 48-yard punt, 2 yards on the return. That's it. We'll see the Chiefs coming back out. Scoreless 2nd quarter.
Baby, you can't leave me. I didn't know you didn't like that.
Look, Melissa, you know I like you, but I just don't see where this relationship is heading. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, that's
There's a better way to phone for less.
Sweet. Vonage.
Unlimited local and long distance calling is $24.99 a month. Sign up now and get 1 month free.
I'll do anything you want.
Vonage, one smart decision among many, many stupid ones. Call 1-800-970-4025.
So now this DirecTV Superfan thing is going to show all these NFL games in beautiful high definition. Well, let's all run out and get bikini waxes so that we look nice for our close-ups.
Up to 9 games in HD every Sunday with Superfan, only on DirecTV.
The King is dishing out his double whopper. Triples too, all season long.
So it seems pretty clear that buying lottery tickets is not a good business plan. So, very funny. Let's continue. We got a lot to get through. All right, if we look to the other sectors that we can... Okay, come on, guys.
Want a new job? We've got the most. CareerBuilder.com. A better job awaits.
For the small town of Jericho, the mystery has begun. The only question now is what will happen next.
Outside, it's like there's no one there.
You need to get some lights on before people start losing them.
And there is nothing inside.
Jericho, series premiere CBS Wednesday.
2,121 days between starts for Damon Huard. In for Trent Green, who did not travel. He visited with the team yesterday before they left Kansas City. Talking about Trent Green watching back home now with his wife Julie. First down and the carry. Johnson trying to get to that outside and chased out by Gold. But Damon Huard visited Trent Tuesday at the hospital, then saw him yesterday. Said he was doing awesome, is what he said about Trent.
And then what was Herm Edwards last night talking about Trent Green? He's not quite sure when he will be back, but he does not think it'll be in the next couple of weeks.
Well, that's the thing, you just don't know. You're going to have coming up next week a bye week, but it'd be way too optimistic, said Herm, to think he'll be back for San Francisco. No one knows, he said. It could be a month, if not even longer. It's day to day this point forward. Second down, Huard dumps it. Larry Johnson dives for enough for the first. And the hit last week against Cincinnati. Here it is. You know, Damon Huard was standing right there on the sideline when this happened. He also told us last night he was on the sideline years ago as a New England backup. Third teamer, actually. It was Bledsoe, then Brady, and then Huard. And he saw the hit that Mo Lewis put on Bledsoe, and he said this one last week was a whole lot worse. That hit he was talking about up in New England was the one that paved the way for Brady to become the quarterback up there. Quick toss, and it's Sammy Parker. You know, Trent Green, 81 consecutive starts until today. And you look at some of his passing stats since he came to Kansas City. Second in passing yards to Peyton Manning. Second in a quarterback rating to Peyton. Second in yards completion to Peyton.
Well, it's all gone unnoticed almost by the national media, Jim, and fans, because to really get that recognition, you got to get in some playoff games and play well. And win them, of course.
Huard now back to Johnson running right side. And the Broncos race down the line with him for no gain. John Engelberger on the hit. But you talk about Huard, he's made a living as a backup. Even when he was back in his Washington days, in his early days as a Husky, backed up Mark Brunell. And then look at some of the quarterbacks who have started ahead of Damon in his career. Dan Marino, who he's very close to this day. Jay Fiedler. Bledsoe and Brady up in New England, and then the underrated Trent Green at Kansas City. Third down and 3 from the 42. Slant right on the target for the first. What a catch by Sammy Parker. And John Lynch. Actually, Darren Williams, who came in on him.
Well, it's what the Kansas City Chiefs have been doing on offense. They're playing it safe, keeping everything. It's under control, no high risk for Damon Huard, and he's off to a good, solid start. Not getting hit, not sacked, getting some first downs. And, you know, Jim, we've said a few things about him. When he came in last week, he says it's been a long, or last night, it's been a long week, he said. I don't remember it being like this the last time I started.
Well, talking about that playbook, how comprehensive it is. The volumes of things you must know at Kansas City. He certainly looks like he's picked up on it on a hurry. Timeout, though, Chiefs on this drive.
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp, finish clean. Stay cool in the heat. Gatorade Rain.
In all the world, there are a select few who at their very core are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
She is the team mom, mother of 53 boys. Big boys. That's why she's big on Campbell's Chunky. Campbell's Chunky. Hearty meals packed with big chunks of beef, chicken, or sausage. Savory soups and chili to feed an NFL-sized hunger. Team Mom, we salute you. Campbell's Chunky. Meals that fill you up right.
Tomorrow, Dave's all new with Dr. Phil, Survivor Castaway, Sekou, and the premiere of Ventriloquist Week. And later this week, catch Mark Helgenberger and LeBron James.
The SEC on CBS. College football at its best. Alabama, Arkansas. Next Saturday in HD on CBS.
Coming up, we've got the Sprint halftime report with JB and Dan, Shannon and Boomer. All the latest scores and highlights. A review of the 1 o'clock games coming up. Sprint halftime report. Huard to this point, 6 for 6, 38 yards. Moving the Chiefs for the second time in this game. Johnson fumbling inside the 5 the first time they moved it. LJ on the toss and loses his footing as he was trying to make a juke move on Champ Bailey. Nowhere to go.
You know, Champ Bailey last week, watching him, he had an excellent game against the St. Louis Rams, but a lot of good tackles on the outside. And I think we all get this impression that, okay, he's a tremendous cover guy, but so far here in Denver last year and of course early this year, showing that he's not afraid to make the tackles up near the line of scrimmage.
So a tackle for a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. This good piece of running this time. Johnson just moving 3 or 4 bodies with him. Kevin Sampson also helping to advance the pile. That's a run of 9. Sets up 3rd and 2. You know, Johnson after Priest Holmes got hurt last October, late October at San Diego. This includes last week. 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. He ended the year last year with 1,750, a Kansas City franchise record. And he told us last night he would like 30 to 33 carries a game. He's on pace to get that easily the way things are going today. Bennett replaces him on 3rd and short, and he is stuffed. Kennard Lang stepping up, and Champ Bailey and Warren, they're all in there to stop the Chiefs.
One of the few times today, the Denver Broncos, they played the run, so they crowded the line of scrimmage, and there were not enough offensive players to block all the Denver Bronco defensive players, and that's why there was no gain on the run.
Colquitt back in. Darren Williams standing at the 10. Big end over end boot. Williams stays away from it. Side kick, and look where this goes out. Inside the 1, it looked like. Right on the 1. Wow. Colquitt. Broncos backed up to the 1-yard line.
Coach, when it's this hot, can any beer be more refreshing than Coors Light?
No, I don't believe that. That's not possible.
We'll save a cold one for you, Coach.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
How do you choose between Coors Light and cold refreshment?
Well, I don't believe I can segregate the two.
It was a trick question.
Taste the cold of Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Hey, Coach, we still got a 12-pack and 4 ice-cold cans.
Well, 12 and 4 is pretty good.
I was making room for my daughter's swing set. I was playing in the dirt. I was taking the ponies out for a ride. When you hit that 250,000-mile mark, you'll remember exactly where you were in a Ford F-Series. Because with more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher.
Good news, no more hassles with Wi-Fi hotspots. We're upgrading to this so you can work where you need to.
Bus in Boston?
Yes.
Car wash in Columbus?
Sure.
Mall in Memphis?
Yeah.
Rest stop in Raleigh?
Okay.
Found a hot tub in Vegas, baby! Oh, yeah! Vegas, baby!
Well, can we? Absolutely. See you in Vegas.
With the Broadband Access Card, you can work where you need to on America's most reliable wireless broadband network. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Vegas, baby!
Millions of fans have made the new Survivor a smash hit. Ethnically diverse tribes.
I've never been accepted by the Asian community. I just don't fit the stereotype.
Cultural similarities could have brought them together.
We have to win.
But will it tear them apart?
We're already saying let's boot one of our guys off.
Don't miss a new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
It's the Broncos ball. You can see there in the glare, it is stamped on the football, and this is the new Phil Simms rule, I'm going to call it, where now you actually get to bring your own footballs to the game. Used to be just the home team would be responsible for it. They could work up the balls, and sometimes to the disadvantage of the visiting quarterback.
Don't give me any credit for that.
I'd give you credit. You know I'd give you blame if it was the other way. I'd give you some credit once in a while. It's Plummer from the end zone, and Johnson has it. Oh, that looked dangerous. Johnson to the 21.
And Derek Johnson makes a mistake for the Kansas City defense by going for the interception when he could have just made the tackle for almost no gain. But Jake Plummer falling away. That is one risky throw.
Derek Johnson looked like he may have been able to make a play on it. He tried all he could, reached out. Now, I was talking about the football, though, Phil. That is a serious thing this year that the quarterbacks are overjoyed by.
The visiting team, it makes them happier. Now you're not subjected to footballs that are not prepared by the home team.
Mike Bell scoots for 3, and we're going to scoot to New York for the update. JB.
Jim and Phil, despite being down by 17 in the fourth and being sacked 8 times, Eli Manning, he comes back in overtime to win it. A 31-yard pass to Plaxico Burress. Again, a 17-point comeback for the first time in 36 years. Giants win it 30-24. Back to Jim and Phil.
Wow, a monster win, James, for the Giants, who have a road assignment to Seattle next week. Can you imagine trying to go out there at 0-2? What a victory for New York over Philly. Now Plummer has the 1-1 coverage. Looking for Rod Smith, and he was turned around with Lenny Walls, the former Bronco. Great coverage.
That was a good example of what we said the Kansas City Chiefs wanted to do to the Denver Broncos. It is a blitz, so that lets receivers to the outside, one-on-one. Lenny Walls, what a good job. Looking back the whole time, and if it had been a pretty good throw by Jake Plummer, I believe Lenny Walls would have had a chance for an interception.
So it'll be third down. Third down and 7 coming up. David Kirkus is an extra receiver along with Brandon Marshall. Big pocket collapsing, steps up, beautiful throw. Rifles it in there for the first down to Javon Walker. $20-yard gain, and what a toss this time by Plummer.
One thing you do not want to do to a quarterback, you do not want to give him an open lane to step up and see down the field. And Javon Walker, Ty Law is all over him, but tough catch, and it gets Javon Walker excited. Coming off a knee injury, dropped a couple last week, but when you watch that game, one thing that jumped out at me when I saw Javon Walker, this guy is different than most wide receivers in the NFL.
First down from the 44. They set up the screen, and it was influenced. It was actually tipped by James Reed, who played for Coach Herm Edwards at the New York Jets.
Well, James Reed sitting at home, nowhere to go, not on a football team, and his wife,
that's right,
calls Herm Edwards and says,
"Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Will you talk to James, please?"
And he said, "Sure. Put him on the phone." They talked. They brought him out for a tryout. He looked pretty good, so they signed him.
Now he's starting.
But that was in June, too, so it wasn't like they signed him in April and gave him a chance to work with the team for a few weeks or a few months.
Second down and 10. Plummer looking left, and this snap got Smith into Kansas City territory, and Smith is down. And the ball squirts out at the end. Wesley actually walked away with it at the end. Let's see this again.
Couple things, really, really good catches by the Bronco receivers.
So with Smith on the field, we'll be right back to Denver.
What if success comes all at once? Can we handle our own good fortune? Can we reap what we sow? When demand hits, will we receive it with open arms? Yes, we will.
Dynamic networking from AT&T proactively identifies changes in traffic volume and responds in real time, so Kara can turn high demand into big success. The new AT&T. Your world. Delivered.
Introducing Energizer Energy to Go Instant Cell Phone Charger.
The emergency shoe.
Power anywhere.
Got it.
Anytime you need it. The easiest way to keep you going. Energizer Energy to Go.
Keep going.
I thought this only happened in the movies.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade. McDonald's. And by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
The longtime dependable Denver Bronco Rod Smith makes the catch. Watch the hit on the head. Shaken up, but he did walk off under his own power. Fumbled after he was down, so that's 110 consecutive games with at least a catch by Rod Smith. 9 times, in fact, against Kansas City alone, he's had 100-yard performances. 9 times.
Some really tough catches so far by the Bronco receivers.
You know, last week in the game at St. Louis, the Broncos never completed a pass for 20 yards. Only Denver and Cleveland the first week failed to have a pass play of at least 20. They've already had 2 on this series. One to Walker that you saw. They really got things going. And, of course, the little screen pass to start the series to Kyle Johnson when they were backed up at the 1-yard line. David Kirkus takes the place of Rod Smith in the lineup. First down inside give to the fullback, Johnson. Kyle Johnson with 2 big plays on this drive. This one for 16.
Spread the defense out. They get Mike Bell going the opposite way, and the Kansas City defense, hey, they're not used to seeing the fullback run the football for the Denver Broncos. All of them running the outside as Johnson runs up the middle.
Now at the 26-yard line.
Denver finding some success. Split the tight end out and opening up the defense of the Chiefs.
Quick throw over to Alexander, who makes the first player, Jared Page, miss and steps ahead for 4 yards. They've been using Page a lot in that secondary for Kansas City, as Sammy Knight has been out for a couple of series. And we saw Ty Law shaken up. Lenny Walls has been out there. There is Jared Page, a rookie from UCLA.
Yeah, I saw him taking a lot of snaps with the first team, even during warm-up. So maybe they were unhappy with the play of Sammy Knight, or maybe he was shaken up and we didn't see it on the field.
Law shaken up, but he's ready to go back in. He's got the helmet on. 2nd down 6 with Mike Bell in the backfield, but Plummer, pressure at his feet, able to lob it away, incomplete.
Jim, I was just getting ready to say, Kansas City, they've given up some first downs. Denver's moving the football. So Gunther Cunningham is probably sitting up in the booth. He's getting mad, so there's only one thing to do when you get mad, and that's blitz. And that's what did Ty Law tell us last night?
Just that.
Hey, you can count on it. No matter what our goal is in the game or our game plan, if it starts going wrong, Gunther gets mad, and let's just blitz him and hit him in the mouth.
We're already inside 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Shoot, I'm not even warmed up.
I know the game has only been, what, 50 minutes old, and we're nearing halftime.
It has been physical, and I saw the improvement. I saw a different Kansas City defense last week against the Bengals, and they've continued it so far here against the Denver Broncos.
Law is back in for that Kansas City defense. 3rd down, and Mike Bell is swarmed under. Jared Allen, the first to greet him.
That was just a all-out, let's get them all up at the line of scrimmage again. So the Broncos are going to have to find an answer to this blitz. Look at all the defenders near the line of scrimmage for Kansas City. No way you're going to block them all. They just attack the line of scrimmage, and they get a loss by Bell.
They got a chance for the first points of the afternoon with Jason Elam out to attempt one. from 44 yards. He was good on his only try last week from 49. And this one, unfortunately for Bronco faithful, is wide left. Herm Edwards cheering him on. Defensive struggle going on out here in the Mile High City.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves, they happen every day.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is of the easy.
3, 2, 1.
Of the easy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
Introducing new Dr. Pepper Berries and Cream. So rich, so creamy, with a hint of raspberries. Once the creamy taste gets a hold of you, you won't want to let go. On new Dr. Pepper Berries and Cream and get buried in cream.
Get all your gear at NFLshop.com.
I took an NFL player to school. Maybe you can too.
It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter at NFLrush.com.
Broncos tell us that Rod Smith will return. Shaken up on that last drive for the Broncos that ended up with a missed field goal from 44 yards. First down and Huard to Johnson for a first down at the 45. The amazing race begins tonight. The season premiere of the 4-time Emmy Award-winning Best Reality Series tonight after 60 minutes on America's #1 network. You may have seen that graphic. 91 matchups between Denver and Kansas City all time. These two original AFL franchises. Of course, Kansas City, the Dallas Texans when the AFL started back in 1960 with the LA Chargers, the Raiders and the Broncos, the Oilers and Bills, Titans and Patriots. But they've never played a scoreless half. Maybe we're going to have one here today. Larry Johnson picks up a couple. And that will probably take it down to the 2-minute warning with a 2nd and 9 coming out of it.
I know one thing, the Chiefs are not going to put this game, they're protecting Damon Huard, but also they're protecting their offensive line by using double tight ends. It's hard to get to the edge and get up the field and get to the quarterback with that extra offensive player in your way.
2-minute warning at Invesco Field.
Michael, lass mal runter ein bisschen. Weiter links. Gut. So you couldn't find a car you like here in Germany?
No. I couldn't find a speed limit I liked in America.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players. Like Peyton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the power of the NFL in your hand, only with Sprint.
Hello, are these green beans? Because we're on the vowel diet. We can only eat foods that begin with a vowel, like asparagus, because that begins with U.
I love you, asparagus.
They're not ready. Are you? Fridays introduces 7 all-new, radically different appetizers, like crispy green bean fries, fried mac and cheese, and potato skinny dippers. For a limited time, just $4 each with any entree. only at Fridays.
FedEx presents the Air and Ground NFL Players of Week 1. Arizona's Kurt Warner threw for 301 yards, but Donovan McNabb's 314 against the Texans earned him FedEx Air NFL Player of the Week honors. The Falcons' Warwick Dunn had 132 yards rushing, but with 131 yards and a touchdown against the Raiders, San Diego's LaDainian Tomlinson is the FedEx Ground NFL Player of Week 1. Vote for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week at FedExFootball.com.
Premiere Wednesday. Criminal Minds season premiere. Then
Everybody loves a hero.
Plunge is over. The CSI New York season premiere, CBS Wednesday.
We've got the Sprint halftime report coming up shortly. Somebody summon JB and Dan and Shannon and Boomer. We're coming in early.
I know where Boomer is.
He's back in the buffet line.
Thank you.
Second down.
It's too easy.
And 9. Huard is 7 for 7. His longest took up the first play of this series, 11 yards on the toss to Larry Johnson. Make it 8 for 8. It's LJ again, and this one springs him for about 14. Got away from DJ Williams.
No hurry for this Kansas City offense. A minute 40 and ticking. But they're just looking to get in field goal range, and if a touchdown comes, that'll be an extra bonus. But again, Damon Huard, the defense spread out. The formations by the Chiefs are making this Denver Broncos defense play very conservative.
First down at the 40. Play action fake. Huard. Another short one. And it's Johnson again. Third time on this drive. And again, it goes for a first. 3 times to Johnson from Huard, and all 3 picking up a first.
Excellent job. They're doing play action passes. They've got the extra blockers in there to give Damon Huard more time to make a decision. And as you take more time, what happens? The defense keeps retreating. That's why the short receivers are wide open.
Bennett in for Johnson. Bennett gets the carry. And Bennett stacked up near the 25. Give him 4. They have 2 timeouts, talking about the Chiefs, with 40 seconds to go. And they hurry back to the line.
Not calling a timeout. They must have a play that they think is going to give them a chance to get some big yards here.
Huard, longest pass of the day, and it was right in the arms for a moment of Tony Gonzalez at the 7.
That's why they didn't huddle up, Jim, because they knew Denver would probably stay in the same defense, and it gave them a chance to throw to the seam to Tony Gonzalez down the field. Perfect throw by Damon Huard.
Well, he's saying, wait a minute. I should have been 10 for 10. A rare drop by the tight end, the All-Pro tight end, Tony Gonzalez. Larry Johnson returns on 3rd and 6.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw.
Pass to the right side. Dante Hall, what about the forward progress? It's good enough for the first. Now they got to use one of these timeouts. What are they waiting for? And they call it with 14 seconds.
Don't look to the sideline. You know you got to call the timeout.
Men of the square table. Is it permissible to do this? That's always funny.
It's idiotic is what it is.
Enough! Overflowing someone's beer is barbaric.
Yeah, he's right. There's thousands of things that make us laugh. Japanese game shows, Undercover Brother on DVD, Jimmy Johnson's hair, none of which waste an ounce of beer.
No wasted beer in the name of humor. Don't. Man law?
Man law.
For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite.
With more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher than Ford F-Series.
Hey, Jack. That looks like my old truck. Well, now it's your new truck.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
You're on a mission to get an amazing new TV this year, but you want to be absolutely sure you pick the right one. Circuit City makes it simple. That's because we've got thousands of online customer reviews that rate the hot new stuff.
And right now, get no interest till 2008 on all TVs $299 and up. Plus, take up to $400 in price breaks on top brands like Samsung, Panasonic, and Sony. Only at Circuit City.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by DirecTV. There's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV.
Back here in Denver, a breezy day, and the forward progress with Dante Hall. You have no axe to grind here with the spot, do you?
No, the spot is good, and the forward progress was stopped. That's why the clock kept running, and you got to be alert. I think the Chiefs would have had a chance maybe to run 2 more plays. I will say this, no matter what, it's going to be almost impossible to score a touchdown. What you're doing right here is just trying to gain a few yards to make the field goal attempt easier.
They've added an extra second on the clock, 15 seconds with a timeout. Already in field goal range. Will they take that shot to the end zone? Huard, who has not looked deep but once today, and goes underneath, and Parker jumps out of bounds. He got there at the 11-yard line. 9 seconds and still time for a throw to the end zone.
Still time to do one more. I think they will, especially, Jim, since they have a timeout. If it was 7 seconds, I'd go, no, kick it. But this is putting a lot on Damon Huard. He's got to know I can't run around too much. Whatever I do, I got to make a fairly quick decision and be extremely careful with the football.
Dante Hall in as a receiver. Gonzalez lined up wide to the right, and a timeout called by Kansas City. Wow, that may change the whole strategy.
Ooh. Oh.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet specials, you can fly to over 60 destinations coast to coast for just $49 to $159. Purchased by October 19th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Well, interesting. They had Tynes out there for a moment during that timeout. Then they brought him back to the sideline. Looked like Huard was returning. And now they're going back to Tynes. They're going to go ahead and go for the risk-free field goal. Huard looks like he's making an appeal for one more play.
And, you know, the coach is doing the right thing. Yeah, that's good. You got an opinion. That's right, son. We're kicking there. Try to kick the field goal.
But why the timeout?
I guess the play clock was running down, and they didn't have time to get the formation and shift and get it off.
So Tynes with the try from 29 yards. And that one slices through for the first points. No shutout here in the first half. 3-0 Kansas City.
These men of steel, forged out of sweat and strife. On an overcast day, the quest began.
We're in our house. Nobody comes into our house. But what if you don't live near your team's house? Then you have to have DirecTV, because it's the only way you get an NFL Sunday ticket and follow your team, no matter where you live. Let's go. Physical on 3. 1, 2, 3. Physical.
Buy NFL Sunday ticket. Get 4 months of our best programming package for free. There's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV.
Well, you look at Herm Edwards' body of work in 5 years, and he had a superb record as a coach on the road. And his team coming in here as a big underdog, leading 3-0.
Yeah, but it'll give Boomer Esiason something to talk about at halftime about clock management with Herm Edwards, because that was an issue for him in New York. It didn't work real well. I thought he did. They made a lot of mistakes. And you go, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is you took away one chance to score a touchdown. And in the NFL, there's so few chances to get it done. You just can't make little tiny mistakes like not getting the playoff when you need to. So it's something to keep track of.
But Herm telling us last night, I want to see how we're going to react. We're down 1 on the season on the road where we haven't won in 5 years. Short kick to the 32nd. And time for one more snap before the half. This team has reacted rather strongly here through 2 quarters, shutting out the home Broncos. Chad Mustard with a recovery.
Well, I'm just curious, what do you do here if you're the Broncos? You're just maybe out of range of giving Jake Plummer some extra time. If you can move the pocket, he could throw it far enough to reach the end zone.
He is throwing into a rather, good breeze here today. It's not docile conditions.
Well, that's why they're going to take a knee.
Yep. Set up in a formation. Just for the kneel down. Crowd's not happy either. Head to the locker rooms. With Kansas City leading 3-0. We're back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, and it's the home of Super Bowl 41.
It's a hostage.
The only thing I want to find is my agent.
The new season of Numbers begins CBS Friday. Catch the fan favorite.
We have to win.
New Survivor CBS Thursday.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC. KFC's Build Your Own Variety Bucket. Choose any 3 of 6 KFC favorites, like Original Recipe, Crispy Strips, and regular or boneless honey barbecue wings. You choose any 3 for just $9.99. Give the people what they want at KFC.
It's the final days of model year clearance, and there's still time to get $2,006 in bonus cash on all 06 models in stock. Add the bonus cash to $3,500 from Ford, and you pocket more than $5,500 on the Ford Midwest Limited Edition F-150. Or get a new 06 Super Duty and take advantage of more than $3,500 in cash savings. And get 5-year or 60,000-mile powertrain coverage on all 2006 Ford vehicles during the final days of model year clearance at your local Ford dealer. Hurry, ends October 2nd.
I don't know if I can handle this spicy Southwest breakfast burrito.
Too spicy?
Well, it's the crispy jalapeno strips and the chipotle sauce.
If you're feeling like you can't go on, let me pass on a little wisdom my grandfather gave me.
Oh, sure.
Carpe burrito.
Seize the burrito?
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Seize the burrito?
It means seize the burrito.
What a doofus.
Spicy Southwest breakfast burrito. New at Sonic. With crispy jalapeno strips and a spicy chipotle sauce. And now swipe your credit or my Sonic card from your car. Only at Sonic.
Chiefs football is brought to you by Chevrolet.
Call National Mortgage Company today for interest rates starting as low as 5.5%. We can loan over 100% of the value of your home, even without perfect credit. Don't pass on this offer from National Mortgage Company, putting your dreams within your means.
It's back. The Chevy Model Year End event. We're moving out the last of the 06 Chevy models. So make your move. They're going fast. More Americans choose Chevy. Claim yours before they're gone.
See your Kansas City area Chevy dealer.
Of all the jobs the government has, the most important is keeping us safe. We have to stop terrorists before they strike. We have to know who they are, where they are, and what they're doing. Things like tracking al-Qaeda phone calls, monitoring their finances, have helped save the lives of Americans recently on international flights. I'm Jim Talent. I approve this message because when terrorists are willing to die to hurt us, we have to do whatever it takes to stop them.
A lot of brilliant engineering went into making the Toyota Tacoma famously tough. Of course, a lot of brilliant engineering also went into making the interior really nice. And right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new Tacoma 4x4. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
No time to call? Getting cash from your home has never been this easy. Apply online at nationalmortgageonline.com. That's nationalmortgageonline.com. It's quick and easy. nationalmortgageonline.com. Apply online today.
Last season, one brother got married, one didn't.
I don't freaking believe it.
2.5 men.
I'm interrupting. Gee, do you think?
Season premiere, CBS tomorrow.
It's the Cold Case season premiere at a new time.
You know, you can't keep me in here.
We can do whatever we want. We're the police.
Without a trace on its new night.
The more you can tell us about Todd, the sooner we're going to be able to find him.
How long do you keep looking until you give up?
We never give up.
The season premieres of Cold Case and Without a Trace. CBS next Sunday.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
And welcome back to our New York studios in the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown along with Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, and we'll get you caught up here. Score at the half. Denver Broncos trailing the Chiefs by 3. The home team has won the last 7 meetings in this contest. And we have the Chargers. Who's the man in San Diego? It's LT. 2 touchdowns on the day. The second in the game, 83rd of his career, tying Lance Allworth for a team record. Also, Phillip Rivers, 144 yards passing. Rookie Patriots young end. Go ahead.
Patriots over 200 yards total offense. Corey Dillon goes in for the first touchdown. Jets under 100 yards. Patriots controlling the line of scrimmage.
Up 7-0. Matt Hasselbeck looks to his left, to his right, looks down the middle, wide open. Darrell Jackson, 49 yards later, in the end zone, 14-0.
And the Rams, Mark Folger, nice little play-action pass. He rolls to his right. He finds Torrey Holt in the end zone. 3 catches on the day, and a touchdown. And a rough day for the Miami Dolphins, but J.P. Lossman, only 83 yards passing. He finds Josh Reed right here for a touchdown, enough for Buffalo to beat Miami.
How about Carson Palmer, guys? 352 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns, including this one to Chad Johnson, who's going to show you the chicken dance here in a second. They take care of business.
It's the final days of Ford's model year clearance. For a limited time, get $2,006 in bonus cash on all 06 model issue.
Turnover, 162 total yards for that Raiders offense. And Kelly Gregg scoops this fumble up and watch Ray Lewis run him down. Take the football, thank you very much. As they roll 28-6 over the Raiders.
Go, big guy. And Peyton Manning, he was on fire today. 26 of 38, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also passes Johnny Unitas for the all-time leader in pass completions in Colts history.
All right, big brother outdoes little brother, but little brother does score 23 points at the end of this game. He throws for 371 yards and 3 TDs. Donovan McNabb, 350 yards, 2 TDs in a most entertaining game as the Giants roll the win in overtime.
Mike Vick rushed for 100 yards in the score. Ward Dunn had 100 yards, and Michael Vick threw for a touchdown as they win 14-3.
And can we say Ryan Longwell for MVP? Look, MVP. He rolls to his right. He throws a touchdown to Richard Owens, 15 yards. That puts the game into overtime. Then Ryan Longwell, the game winner, 19-yarder. Minnesota wins.
Over 690-yard combined passing. The Saints win their first 2 games on the road to open a season in their history. They will host the Atlanta Falcons 2-0 in the Superdome next week.
Chicago's Rex Grossman had 4 TD passes, and here's one to Desmond Clark, 31 yards, puts them up 24-0 at this point as they would roll 34-7 over Detroit.
Well, I'm pretty tired reading all those highlights right now. So I tell you what, why don't we step aside for a quick break?
That's what they pay us for.
Let you know, thanks for watching the Sprint Halftime Report. We'll send you back out for the second half of your game right after this.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
Emmy winner Julia Louis-Dreyfus is back with guest star Blair Underwood.
Is this your doing? I wish I could take credit, but Scott did that.
The New Adventures of Old Christine premieres CBS tomorrow.
The NFL and television go back nearly 70 years. This season, NFL Network invites you to a new football tradition.
With a telecast you'd expect from NFL Network, made by football people, for football people. Great matchups on the run to the playoffs. Join us for a new football tradition.
It all begins this fall, only on NFL Network.
Oh, Hoodie,
Monument to the durable. Fast friend, uncomplaining sucker of sweat. In our most trying times, you still tried. When other garments stopped at the neck, you said, oh no, the head needs a garage. Our arms would pull off well before yours, yet this is how we treat you.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
We're back here in Denver with the Chiefs leading 3-0 at halftime. Damon Huard completing 11 of 12 first half tosses and taking his Chiefs down the field at the end of the first half and setting up the Lawrence Tynes field goal from 29 yards, the only scoring in the game to this point. Third quarter is about to begin, and we'll return after this word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The Unit, starring Dennis Haysbert. Season premiere CBS Tuesday after NCIS.
$1,000 on a 2006 Expedition, or get a new 06 Ford Explorer and take advantage of more than $4,000 in cash savings. And get 5-year or 60,000-mile powertrain coverage on all 2006 Ford vehicles during the final days of model year clearance at your Midwest Ford dealer. Hurry, ends October 2nd.
Hi everyone, Melania here for Price Chopper. We are in tailgate heaven, Arrowhead Stadium on game day, and this is how we do it Kansas City style. I'm gonna sneak up on these guys and see what they're cooking. Guys, what are you cooking?
Price Chopper hamburgers.
The meat we got from Price Choppers were spare ribs and brisket and pork tenderloin.
Real tailgaters start with the best. Price Chopper, the official supermarket of the Kansas City Chiefs.
A lot of brilliant engineering went into making the Toyota Tacoma famously tough. Of course, a lot of brilliant engineering also went into making the interior really nice. And right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new Tacoma 4x4. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Chiefs football is brought to you by SQ Fine Jewelers.
Smith premieres CBS Tuesday after the Unit.
Honey, look! Dolphin! Oh, I can't believe it!
Talk all you want. It's $24.99 a month.
Sweet bondage! Look! The dolphins are playing! Oh, honey, the dolphins! Come on, let's go play!
Vonage, one smart decision among many, many stupid ones. Click or call today.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms back here at Invesco Field at Mile. We're so accustomed to seeing these two teams in shootouts. We saw them the last time they played last December at Arrowhead, and it was a 31-27 game. Why is it like this today? What's the story?
I think we're seeing two good defenses so far playing against each other. But I think the surprise is Kansas City's defense, Jim. And I think with Herm Edwards now the head coach, there's more of an emphasis in Kansas City about the defense. Because before, it's always just been their offense.
All right, well, talking about that defense for Herm Edwards, they have shut down, really, Denver's rushing attack in that first half. You see the total yards, 103 total yards for the Broncos, but only 28 yards on the ground.
Again, Mike Shanahan had tremendous respect for the front seven of the Kansas City Chiefs, and after this first half, you understand why.
And this game is brought to you in high-definition television, with Kansas City to get the ball to begin the third quarter. Ernster is the kickoff specialist. And Dante Hall, speaking of specialist, ready to run with it back at the goal line.
You talked about that win at the end of the first half, and good evidence.
Well, something to remember, the Broncos will have the win at their backs in the final quarter. So Ernster will get a little assist. Foxworth will hold it for him. And some last instructions for Damon Huard, who was sharp in that first half. One back opportunity for Dante. Never fails to take your breath away a time or two. 32-yard run back. And the game summary to this point. Damon Huard, with only one misfire, was actually in the hands of Tony Gonzalez. Plummer 6 of 10, picking up most of that yardage in a drive in the second quarter that led to a missed field goal. Look at Larry Johnson, 96 total yards. And then Tatum Bell, 5 for 18. That's it. But Mike Bell, who's also had an equal number of series, 3 carries, 1 yard. Chiefs from the 32. With a bootleg and the toss. Look at Ty Law locked down that side. That was Eddie Kinnison. Champ Bailey, beg your pardon, 24. Had 24 in my head, but Champ Bailey, so tough.
He really is so tough. But Jim, I'm going to go back to what you were saying as you went through some of those stats. And last night, and I watch coaches when they talk to us, and the body language and the way they present information to us tells me a lot. Herm Edwards was confident about his defense, and he was adamant that Damon Huard was going to get off to a terrific start.
That catch by Kinnison is first of the game for only 2 yards. Side, Larry Johnson gets away from the pack, zigs past one defender and is all the way down to the 41. First got away from Gerard Warren and then Nick Ferguson.
Did you hear all that noise? It wasn't just a hit. It was all the Bronco players on the sideline getting all excited about the hits. But Larry Johnson, so big and strong, finds his way out of the pack all the time when you watch it. Eddie Kinnison, if you're a good running team, your wide receivers have to be good blockers on the outside. I know what you're thinking. That wasn't very much. Yes, it was. You only need to do a little for Larry Johnson to get through.
That was 24 yards. And it's Bennett. Bennett trying to get to the outside. Foxworth, though, staying with him. And he's bumped out. That 24-yard run by Larry Johnson, the longest play today.
And as we talk about Larry Johnson, when you watch him on film, when you see him, when I saw him last week against the Bengals, I said, he looks bigger. But I meant that in a good way. And we asked him about it, and he said, yes, especially in his legs, his training, he changed. He got into squats, which really makes you more powerful. And it shows how he just gets out of packs and breaks those arm tackles for the extra yards.
He gained bulk, he said, not weight. 2nd down and 7. Back to Bennett. Waters in front. And chased down by Myers. You're wondering what, all right. So Larry Johnson's working on squats in the offseason, something really his father had introduced him to back when he was in high school.
Back when he was in high school.
Now, what are we talking about? What kind of weight are we talking about? Ready for this?
Well, he does, I think, sets an 8, he said, at 450 pounds. So, and this is the real stuff, where he puts the weight on his shoulders and goes down, you know, where his rear end goes down below his knees. So that shows you, or that tells you, how he's able to break so many arm tackles in the NFL.
He's back in on 3rd and 7. And Huard in trouble and dropped at the 43. The sack by Ebenezer Ekuban, and Chuck Wara was also in there.
Well, Damon Huard saw the coverage down the field, and he's trying to throw the football short to Larry Johnson, but he does the right thing, puts both hands on the football because Larry Johnson was covered over the middle too.
Patrick Chuck Wara, who had a sack last week, got him up high. Ekuban down by the ankles, and they forced the Chiefs to punt. Oh, down the coffin corner earlier the hard way, bounding out of bounds. What about this one? They're going to say, look at this. He has one that goes out at the 1, this one at the 2.
That's a good spot.
Herm Edwards told us last night he is a weapon. Talking about Colquitt, and now we see why.
Oh, yeah!
I'm open over here.
Why don't we have a wireless network like the Kumar Swamis?
Hello, neighbor. Show-offs. Because ours is more exciting. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Which messages will I get? It's like a fun little surprise.
Now, last time wasn't.
Grandma's forgiving us now. Haven't you, Graham? She will.
Doesn't your family deserve America's most reliable wireless network? Now, buy the latest VCast Samsung phone with a navigation system. Get the second one free. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Why is one of football's most vicious hitmen crying on 60 Minutes?
You know I'm going to a tattoo parlor with Ed Bradley.
Plus, Howard Stern. Tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Well, the Broncos have been playing on a long field today. Average starting position, 12-yard line, their own 12.
You know what? The punter, you talked about it. Herm Edwards said, you know, Colquitt's such a weapon. And then also he got pretty excited when he talked about Dante Hall. So we never pay enough attention to special teams, but they're such a tremendous factor in how games are played and also strategy. Now Mike Shanahan, it's hard to be real creative when you're in your own end zone with the quarterback if he drops back.
You may have seen from behind the huddle, Rod Smith is back in for Denver, and Tatum Bell, the tailback on this series. That ball deflected. Jared Allen got a big paw on that one after it left the hands of Plummer.
Yeah, you know, defensive linemen have gotten so good at reading a quarterback, and oh, that's a tremendous job by Jared Allen. The quick drop by a quarterback, stop. Don't rush anymore. Look for him to when he lets the football go, raise your hands and jump. And a lot of times it results in interceptions.
We had speculated about Sammy Knight sitting out a couple of series as strong safety for the Chiefs. He's back out there. On 2nd down and 10. Plummer out to the 9-yard line. Give him 7 yards to Javon Walker.
Last week, this Broncos offense, it was sluggish. And as I watched the tape and as you look at everything, we all made the same comments. Mike Shanahan's play calling gave the Broncos offense life. The 4th down call when he went for it. He just created momentum by his play calling. So I just keep looking for that one different play that's going to get this offense going and make it easier to play calls for to call plays for Jake Plummer.
He's got Tatum Bell shifting back into the backfield. 3rd down and 3. Good time for Plummer, who lofts the pass and is picked off. That is Greg Wesley with the interception. Double coverage on Rod Smith.
Well, what happens is Greg Wesley, here he is. Nobody gets up the field to threaten him, so he just keeps looking to the outside as Jake Plummer looks out there. And that's it. He comes from center field, and nowadays the safeties in the NFL, they're so fast, they're so ball conscious, if you look at a receiver more than about a second, they're going to break to the football and try to make a play.
So Greg Wesley makes the play, and the Chiefs take over at the 30. Broncos now on the year, 16 possessions, 6 turnovers committed. And Larry Johnson plows ahead for a couple, that's all.
You know what, when I was watching that interception, Jim, I thought he was on that side of the field, Greg Wesley. He was actually in the middle of the field and drifted all the way over. So that, even in this league, that was a tremendous play. And that's something that Herm Edwards, I think, has brought to the Chiefs defense. Ex-defensive back, teaching them how to look at a quarterback, read his eyes, and react quicker.
2nd and 8. LJ gets the call again, and another 2-yard pickup. 3rd and 6 on the way.
I've been waiting for Al Wilson to have some contact, or real meaningful contact with Larry Johnson. What did he say to us on Friday?
About Larry Johnson?
Yeah.
Well, this is some pretty inflammatory things, he said. But he said he's not as good as Priest Holmes.
Well, yeah. And why did he say it?
Well, he's a little upset because he heard that Larry Johnson was talking about Al Wilson as a trash talker.
Yeah, so I said to Al Wilson, it's personal. That's the way he likes it.
Empty backfield on 3rd down and 6. Pressure from behind. Huard gets it away and a little too high. Flag is thrown. Sammy Parker, the intended target. Patrick Chukwara was in on the quarterback. And there's a flag back there in the area where Huard was hit.
I was watching down the field.
Holding. Offense number 74. Penalties declined. Makes 4th down.
Kyle Turley, the left tackle, but this is one of the few times in the whole game that the Chiefs opened up their offense and let the offensive linemen block all the pass rushers one-on-one, and they did it, and pressure was put on Damon Huard.
It brings out Tynes for a 2nd time. This one from 45. Good from 29 in that first half. Look at that. He's missed 5 of his last 6 going to last year. From outside 40. Colquitt on the hold, and this kick sailing right through.
Slice.
I think that breeze has got some influence on it, too. Tynes played it perfectly. 6-0 Chiefs.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But, Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
So I get football 24/7 with Dish Network. 24/7. Come on, man, you gotta feel it. I feel it. No, you have got to feel it.
All right. You're getting games every night of the week.
Okay.
It's about half the price of digital cable.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get the lawnmower.
Get football 24/7 and games every night of the week. Just $24.99 a month for 10 months. Dish Network. Better TV for all.
We're going to Brazil.
Who did this to you? I'll keep taking everything you love.
I don't think you know how this is going to end, Kane.
I know exactly how it's going to end.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by Energizer E² Lithium. Keep going.
Kansas City converts 3 off the Wesley interception. 6-0, 3rd quarter, and Cobbs awaits the kick of time. And no chance to return this. I'll give you a little idea of the kind of wind we're talking about. We'll see Jake Plummer and the Broncos in a moment.
Who's faster, Sprint mobile broadband or Singular's Edge? Sprint mobile broadband gives you the power to download 5 times faster than Singular's Edge. Work faster with Sprint mobile broadband. Get a free mobile broadband card for your business. Visit sprint.com/business.
When you have one of the best money market rates in the country, you just have to celebrate. Go to eTrade.com and be blown away.
Non-stop action. An epic story. A legendary star. This Friday, rediscover what going to the movies is all about. Jet Li. Fearless. Rated PG-13. Friday everywhere.
The NFL and United Way have been helping to strengthen America's communities for years. Maybe you can give us a hand. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
The new Amazing Race is coming.
Modeling together. It's paved a way to travel and meet hot chicks.
The Amazing Race premieres CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
Well, you get to listen to Phil today, and you can read what he has to say on NFL.com this week, as well as Boomer and Shannon Sharp. Don't want to miss it. Here we go, Mike Bell. His biggest run of the game. It's for 10. Out to the 30-yard line behind Cooper Carlisle.
You know, you do little things to really get your team going. And that time, Jake Plummer goes on a quick count, which catches the Chiefs defense by surprise.
Give him 9, call him about.
Look at the Broncos offense for the year.
Yeah, 16 possessions. This is what we were talking about.
6 turnovers.
Yep. So Mike Bell able to get a little room for the first time. 2nd and short. And stacked up, still short of the first. Sammy Knight comes up.
Well, obvious passing situation. Sammy Knight comes running full speed from deep in the secondary. Nobody sees it. 2 defenders coming along with Kendrell Bell.
Well, Mike Bell, and with those last 2 handles, who grew up here in the Denver area till age 11 as a huge Bronco fan, the undrafted rookie from Arizona, lived in the Park Hill section where his family moved down to Arizona, later starring at the University of Arizona. 3rd and 1. And he gets it. Mike Bell has the first. So a gain of 3. What a great young guy we had a chance to visit with right here in Mike Bell this week. You know, you were trying to illustrate something that had happened on the field last week, and you told our director, Mike Arnold, hey, Mike, stand up for a second. And Mike Bell thought you were speaking to him. He was leaping to his feet.
He shot up. I said, boy, I wish my kids would listen to me like you just did. But that just shows you the respect he has for everybody. Big John Elway fan. He says he can't wait to meet John Elway. Hopes he won't be too nervous to ask him for his autograph.
He says, I'll be very anxious to do that, but very nervous. Toss to Tony Scheffler, the rookie from Western Michigan. They drafted in the 2nd round. And wait a minute, they rule it incomplete now. So incomplete. Alabama, Arkansas, Home Depot SEC on CBS next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern time. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. They were on that call last night up in Tennessee, and that thriller, Tennessee, Florida, won by the Gators. All begins with the TIAA Craft College Football Today. Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman. Next Saturday, 2nd down and 10, and over the head of Alexander. And listen to the crowd here. This is starting to brew here in Denver all week. You know, What's with Plummer? Why aren't they going to give this rookie a shot? Jay Cutler, the first-round pick from, there he is, from Vanderbilt.
Well, this team went to the AFC Championship game last year with Jake Plummer. He had a terrific year. I understand the unrest, the mistakes last week, but I don't know if you make this decision right now that, oh, it's not going well, let's put in Jay Cutler. He is a first-round pick. He had a terrific preseason, and everybody is excited about it.
Here they come. Plummer in the pocket, and incomplete. Almost caught by Brandon Marshall. And Lenny Walls, again, the former Bronco, helping out on that pass play, breaking it up. And Plummer now one of his last 7, including a pick.
Yeah, Jim, let me ask you this. Have you seen receivers running wide open down the field that Jake Plummer has missed today? No, they have not. They are not getting away from the chief defensive backs. That's what Herm Edwards said. We can challenge them. We think we can win those one-on-one battles, and they have.
Ernster. And into the wind. It's over to the right side of the 19, the fielder. Waits. And then is down at the 28. So the Chiefs lead it. Plummer and the Broncos blanks to this point.
Probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rodgers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield, but they get it to Rodgers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have won. The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
So DirecTV's got this super fan business that lets you watch 8 NFL games on one screen. In my day, you got one game. Your team was getting clobbered? Too bad. You took it like a man.
8 NFL games on one screen. Game mix from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
The King is dishing out his double whopper. Triples too, all season long.
Get all your gear at NFLShop.com. From the producers of Friends and Mad About You, The Class, series premiere CBS Monday.
For Bobby, life is perfect, except that his perfect life is a perfect lie.
$2 million, the usual split.
How was your trip?
Good.
Smith premieres CBS Tuesday after the unit.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TGI Fridays restaurants with 7 radically different appetizers. Everyone could use more Fridays. And by Diet Pepsi. Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi.
We're back here in Denver. You see Wesley stretching out on the Chiefs sideline as the Kansas City offense is on the field at the 29. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Denver. Fake the end around. Huard steps up. Wide open man. It's Kinnison. And Ferguson still tangled up with him, but unable to bring him down until he's pushed out for a gain of 37.
I've seen Trent Green run this play many times, and he always finds Eddie Kinnison over the middle, wide open, just like this. It's a fake to Larry Johnson. It's a fake reverse by the wide receiver. That gets the defense running everywhere. And look at the blocking up top. This is tough. John Lynch on a blitz. Larry Johnson, excellent job of picking him up and giving Damon Huard extra time to throw it.
Just like that, they're at the Denver 34. Pass deflected right into the arms of Huard, who fumbles. Ball still loose, and it looks like the Broncos have it. Huard caught his own pass and then fumbled. Michael Myers with the recovery.
Damon Huard, nice protection. the football does get knocked down.
As Myers, who deflects it and then later falls on it.
Yeah, and you know, you're always taught as a quarterback, when the ball is batted back to you, knock it down. Don't catch it, because even when you catch it, there's nowhere to go because all the defensive linemen are trying to find it.
Best starting field position of the day for the Broncos. And Tatum Bell was open early on that play, but by the end, it had gotten covered up. He had Derek Johnson closing in on him.
How fast did Derek Johnson close that gap? Jake Plummer was looking for the big play down the field. Javon Walker was going deep, so he wanted the big play first, and all of a sudden you go, uh-oh, I don't have time, because of the speed of Derek Johnson.
That last play by Huard reminds me of Brett Favre. His first career completion in the NFL for Favre was to himself. There's Tatum Bell. Nice scoop off the ground. Picks it up to the 47 and out across the first down line for 11. Plummer took a little hit at the end of this one.
Yeah, Jared Page comes from way back. The Kansas City Chiefs are sending these blitzers from 10 and 15 yards deep, and the Denver Broncos, nobody is seeing them coming. If Jake Plummer holds on to it just a fraction longer, it's going to be a turnover.
New set of downs for Denver. He's still throwing, setting up the screen. Tatum Bell, and he is knocked down for a loss. Kendrell Bell.
Now, Jim, as we watched the game last week, we talked about it. The Chiefs defense, it looks different. They still have the same defensive coordinator, but they have the influence of a defensive coach, if you want to say, with Herm Edwards. It shows on the field. Now we're deep into the third quarter. I'm starting to believe that this is not going to be the Chiefs defense I've seen for the past few years.
You know, Herm said his defense grew up a little bit last week, even though they lost to the Bengals, because Cincinnati had 6 drives and started in Kansas City territory. Nothing like that today for Denver, as they have Tatum Bell with a little running room into Kansas City territory. That was Ben Hamilton helping the lead block on that one. Picks up 11 right here. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
You know, Jim, I was watching that play. I think Jake Plummer has put a glove onto his right hand. And for him to do that means either he's having trouble gripping the football or he hurt it.
There is a glove on
he definitely does. Now, you can throw well with these things on. They're almost unfair.
3rd down and 2. Mike Bell comes in. The side was open, and he twists near the first. Derek Johnson again closing that gap in a hurry.
Going to be close. When he originally got the pitch, it looked like he was going to make the first down. But the Kansas City defense, they are flying to the football. Right now you go, oh, he's got the first down. But look at the defenders hitting the ground. But everybody else keeps hustling. Derek Johnson again on the play.
He's going to be a couple inches short, and Mike Shanahan got a big decision here.
Oh, well, you know he's going for it. The question is 3 things. Quarterback sneak, hand it to the running back somewhere off tackle. And I'm never shocked when I watch the Broncos play if they go for the fake run, play action pass, and go for the big play.
You know, Plummer's so tough through the years with the bootleg.
Well, in Kansas City, which in the past here, they are one of the worst at defending it, but today they have just taken it completely out of the Broncos offense.
Mike Bell is the running back. He picked up a 4th and 1 last week for the Broncos. In the round they go. Wide open space. Walker, what a call. Denver set up at the 27. Gain of 16.
Well, what they did, it's a situation where you know the defense is trying to sell out. So instead of the bootleg pass, they're not even going to take that chance. they're going to hand it off on the reverse. The Broncos, they don't run a lot of running plays. Their key breakers are bootleg passes and reverses. Second reverse that we have seen today.
David Kirkison is a receiver on first down. They come right back with it again. Back-to-back plays. This one goes for 5. Walker, 2 straight carries.
Well, what they're trying to do, they're trying to take some steam out of this Kansas City defense. Make it run. Look at the defenders going left. But nice recovery to keep it to a short gain. So now you got them thinking, okay, we can't be so aggressive to the football. We got to wait to make sure there's not a cutback, a screen pass, or a different kind of play.
Tatum Bell in the backfield, 2nd down and 5. This matches Denver's deepest penetration of the day. Tatum Bell, open room to the 10 and dragged down at the 7 by Lenny Walls, running behind Kyle Johnson and Rod Smith.
Yeah, you said it, Jim. Jake Plummer pitches the ball. I wonder if he thinks, well, I'm not going to get there. And
looked a little out of the ordinary, didn't it?
It definitely did. There's no way that was meant to be that way. That's dangerous.
And picks up 14, puts them in a goal-to-go situation.
They have this Chiefs defense. It is now on its heels, and they are sitting back.
They work the middle to the 5 with the fullback Kyle Johnson. Gain of 2. This certainly has quieted the jeering that was going on here.
Yeah, against Jake Plummer. Yeah, it has until the next incompletion. So, you know what? It's just something you have to deal with. He knows that when there was a quarterback drafted in the first round, it's always going to bring a little bit of controversy to the quarterback position.
2nd and goal.
All right.
Bell tries the right side. And they've had a hard time getting too much open room when challenging that right side. Page comes up. Ron Edwards makes a hit.
Derek Johnson is in the backfield. He's making plays. He's hustling. And it's his 2nd year. And Jim, he said to us last night, now I don't go out there and just think about what I have to do. Now I'm just trying to watch the offense react because I finally know what to do.
Yep, he says I can concentrate on my opponents now instead of myself. It makes me that much faster, not having to think about everything.
Right.
3rd and goal from the 5. Got the rookie shuffler coming in motion. They like this kid out of Western Michigan. Plummer looks, fires to Shuffler at the goal line, and incomplete. That's Law taken off with it, but they're going to bring him on back. Incompletion. Page also in on that collision for the Chiefs.
Well, what happens is they are expecting man-to-man coverage, and it's not. So there's Ty Law, other defenders. They do not move. They're just watching the quarterback. Broncos are lucky that play didn't result in a turnover.
Elam in for a 23-yard try. 93% on his career from inside 40. This one is good. And finally, Denver put some points on the board. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. 6-3 Chiefs.
All right, let's do this.
93, 94, 95.
Come on, man. Just
96.
give me one.
Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi.
He popped another one.
I pledge.
I pledge. I pledge to help you find your perfect
Flat panel TV.
I pledge to watch football only on Saturday and Sunday.
I pledge to set up your HD right.
And Monday.
I pledge to show this off to my girlfriends.
And sometimes Thursday.
I pledge to beat anyone's price. I pledge to be the house where all the kids want to hang out.
For the ultimate viewing experience, I pledge to get you the best picture quality for your HD TV. Guaranteed. But we'll give you a $100 Best Buy gift card. That's HD done right at Best Buy.
Clear your inbox, clear your mind. The same email that's on your computer is now on your singular phone with one simple click. It's your email delivered. Get the new email-ready Nokia phone for only $29.99. Singular, raising the bar.
Only field goals, 6-3, Kansas City. In fact, you think about it, the Chiefs, as you see Plummer warming up on the sidelines without the glove right now. But the Chiefs with that 6-3 lead, and the Broncos defense on the season still has not given up a touchdown. 8 field goals allowed so far by Denver in 7 quarters. Paul has to down it. Well, we're counting down to a little trip down to South Florida, Super Bowl 41. Talking about Super Bowl glory, the John Elway back-to-back championships, first in San Diego. You were there, Phil. Then down to South Florida, they won again. Mike Shanahan celebrating as they won back-to-back Lombardi trophies. Super Bowl 41, February the 4th, 2007 on CBS. 140 days to go to sort it all out. So the Chiefs off the touchback from the 20. Quick toss, Parker. And just drives back Darren Williams to pick up the yardage for a first down. How about the play today of Damon Huard?
It's almost been perfect, Jim, except for catching his own pass, the batted pass. He has made nothing but good decisions, perfect throws, and Herm Edwards and the offensive staff, they got to be ecstatic about their backup quarterback.
With Trent Green watching at home. Huard stepping up today, handing it here to Johnson. And a couple of tackles he's able to shrug off. Will Shields helping open up that side.
He is so strong in his feet. You know, he's one of these runners. He always seems to have both feet into the ground. So when you grab him, he just pulls away from it. Maybe after this game, Al Wilson might reassess that statement he made about Larry Johnson and Priest Holmes.
The closing seconds of the quarter. Yep. Well, he thought Priest had another gear is what he said. So we're through 3 at Invesco Field. And we're back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Again, home of Super Bowl 41.
Cultural similarities could have brought the new survivor tribes together.
We're already saying let's boot one of our guys off.
But will it tear them apart? Don't miss a new Survivor, CBS Thursday. Don't miss the season premiere of Without a Trace on its new night, CBS next Sunday.
Monday, after the season premiere of CSI Miami, a KCTV5 News undercover investigation takes you inside an illegal underworld.
Asha Qureshi with KCTV5 News. Can we ask you a couple of questions?
Behind closed doors.
I'm not talking to you.
Hidden away.
Sir, are you aware this is against the law?
What are these people trying to hide? The KCTV5 News investigation goes undercover and gets it all on tape. Monday at 10.
It's back. The Chevy Model Year-End Event. We're moving out the last of the 06 Chevy models. So make your move. They're going fast. More Americans choose Chevy. Claim yours before they're gone.
See your Kansas City area Chevy dealer.
Lunch. Peanut butter. Again. Hey, I got college loans. I ride my bike to work. Yeah, I could use free checking. I could use free everything.
Then switch to Commerce and get more than free checking.
I want a free debit card. I want to pay my bills on my laptop. Free ATMs. Free checks would be nice.
Commerce Bank gives you all that free and more. Plus, get up to $100. That's Ask, Listen, Solve.
Somebody over there's been eating a few PB&Js.
Chiefs football is brought to you by Geyer Fence.
Fourth quarter about to begin. These two teams have played 91 times. They've never had a game in which neither team scored a touchdown. That's been the case to this point. Chiefs with a second and less than a yard to open the final quarter. Johnson with 92 yards rushing and piling on another 3. Damon Huard just short passes, very much in control.
I give him a lot of credit for what he's doing today, but I also give the coaches a lot of credit for their game plan and having a thought that they're going to take into this, and they've carried it through. A lot of play action passes, very good protection for him, and that's enabled him to make good decisions. I think you're looking at the Kansas City team that Herm Edwards wants to see for the rest of the year.
First down, that was in the hands of Jason Dunn. We do have an update, so we're going to send it back to James Brown in New York.
Jim and Phil, I know you guys have seen some plays. Take a look at this one here. Chad Pennington completing the longest pass, period. Jeremy Conchie gets hit right here. Had the presence of mind knowing his elbow nor his knee touched the ground. It was reviewed. He takes it in the pay dirt, and it stands. Finally, Mangini's team is on the board. 24-7, losing to New England. Back to Jim and Phil.
Thank you, JB. And back here on second down, Johnson looking for 100. And that'll put him almost on the mark. I think that may, in fact, give him his 100-yard game.
You know, Jim, I want to go back to what I say, that the new way Kansas City might play. I just sense they're going to build this defense. And as they're doing it, that means what they'd like to do, a little more ball control with the offense. You know, settle it down and play a little more cautious. And I think they will remain this way even when Trent Green comes back. You know, the tide has changed in Kansas City. They're going to get this team built around a defense, and they're going to get an offense that complements it.
Clear out the backfield. Johnson on the sideline. Bennett in the slot to the right. 3rd and 6. Ball deflected in the air and caught by Tony Gonzalez. For no gain. Chuck Wara is very active, and he got a hand on it. Ball up in the air, and Gonzalez came back to make the grab for no gain.
Yeah, it's a good look. Everything was going to the right side, and Tony Gonzalez, he does a good job of holding Darren Williams out of the way. Darren Williams is coming in for the interception, and he has it.
They boxed him out like an old rebounder from the University of California.
That's it. Stick your rear end out and keep him in bay.
Who's had a big influence in this game. High boomer that hits right at the goal line and bounds in for the touchback. 2 minutes into the final quarter. Denver comes out down 3.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players, like Peyton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the power of the NFL in your hand, only with Sprint.
The Chrysler 300, a fuel-efficient 250-horsepower V6 engine, electronic stability program, elegantly appointed leather-trimmed interior, 5-star government frontal crash test rating, and perhaps its most intense characteristic, its striking design. Now get $12.50 bonus cash on Chrysler 300C.
Politicians are a lot like diapers. They should be changed frequently for the same reason.
Maybe you should be president.
What if a comedian ran for president?
I will officially announce my candidacy for president.
Wow.
What if he won?
We're going paintballing. The president just been shot. He's dead. Let's go round him up.
On October 13th.
Have you thought what the makeup of your cabinet might be?
Bruce Springsteen, the Secretary of State. A joke. Little one.
Man of the Year.
I did not have sex with that woman. I wanted to.
Rated PG-13. Starts October 13th. He's LA's best defense attorney.
I eat prosecutors for breakfast.
But this Thursday, he's teaching the DA's office how to win.
Richard Casey Woodland, not a rocket scientist. Martin Allende couldn't close a window.
Madeline Poe. I'm here to learn from the best.
Sucking up, an effective tactic. You want to win? Grab a pencil.
This is a chance of a lifetime.
Shark, series premiere Thursday after CSI.
Of the class at 8/7 Central. Solve the challenge at AOL.com/goldrush. Goes from the 20. Toss over to Rod Smith. Well, the ball came loose at the end, but they've got him ruled down at the 22-1-yard line. We're going to gain of 1. You know, Denver has not had a drive so far this season start in the opponent's territory, which means they're not forcing the turnover. They're not creating anything out there from that standpoint. Rod Smith a little wobbly after the catch. Remember, he was banged up earlier in this game. Got hit by Kavika Mitchell.
Got hit by like 6 of them, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That's the one.
Seems like that every time, doesn't it?
The power, almost like the meanness of the Kansas City defense is coming through. If you said, who's winning the hitting battle today so far, it's absolutely the Kansas City Chiefs. The scoreboard doesn't really reflect it as much as you think it would.
Denver on the game, 89 yards rushing. We've mentioned a couple of times Kansas City's not won here at Invesco Field. 0-5. And in those 5 games, Denver has rushed for an average of 215 a game and scored 32 per game here. The Broncos on Kansas City. But a different story so far today. 2nd down and 9. And Mike Bell. Again, what you're talking about. 3 or 4 bodies around the ball every time.
Well, it's a new day and age. I think in Kansas City, it's going to turn. If maybe not this year, but it's going to be about the defense. The inside play has been good. The pass coverage, excellent. All 3 levels, the defensive linemen, the linebackers, especially Derek Johnson, and the secondary to this point, they've all had outstanding games.
3rd and long again for Denver. Needing to get to the 30 for the first. Toss it over to Mike Bell. Looks like space initially, and he's across the line for the first. Tom Nalen. David Kirk is also throwing a block. Backup receiver.
How many teams in the NFL can go on 3rd and long and just run a sweep to the left and pick up a first down? So it just catches the Kansas City defense completely off guard. Defensive linemen running to the quarterback trying to get a sack. Defensive backs going to cover passes, and look at the blocking out in front. Matt Lepsis gets in the way, helps out. Tom Nalen, the center, initially gets a good block.
Come back to that same side. This time to Mike Bell, 1 yard. Greg Wesley comes up aggressively.
Oh, helmet's coming off. Well, Mike Bell, just listen to what it sounds like.
Wow.
Well, Mike Bell said to us last week he couldn't believe it. He was in the NFL. He had made it. Well, that's what it's about.
There was a lot of wow and golly gee whiz and all of that. He's so appreciative after not being drafted. Tatum Bell takes his place here, 2nd down and 9. Pass, getting it to Javon Walker for the first near midfield. Gains 15.
Well, that was a nice throw by Jake Plummer. Good protection. But Javon Walker to the outside. The one thing you have to respect is that he has the ability to run by you and score touchdowns. And he can bring another dimension to the Bronco offense. When you run the ball well, he'll become even a bigger factor as an outside receiver. You know, if it's Javon Walker, if he gets completely healthy, he could be one of the top 5 or 10 wide receivers in the NFL.
He was 2 years ago, but Green Bay, first down, back over to Walker. He is a big target. He had just a huge season in 04 for Green Bay and then blew out his knee in the opener last year. for the Packers against the Lions. Got traded on draft day. And, well, just look at him. He is a big-sized target.
Well, that was a really nice route by Javon Walker. Ty Law, a lot of experience, was looking inside. And if that pass would have been thrown to the inside, he was going for the interception. But he broke to the sideline, and he was wide open.
Rod Smith sitting on the bench. They're saying the wind knocked out of him for the second time in this game. First down and 10. Tatum for about 4. We're talking about Javon Walker and coming over, traded on draft day. And this was a year ago, getting hurt in the opener against the Lions. An ACL, blew it out. But you remember he had that big contract dispute too.
Yes.
Up in Green Bay, but all things worked out. And you know, it's amazing, his path to the NFL went through his junior college, went to the minor leagues of baseball. He was actually a teammate in the minor leagues baseball in the Marlins system with Kelly Washington, receiver of the Bengals, who caught a touchdown today. Now they're both playing in this league. Second down, Plummer gaining confidence. Here's Kirkus, and a first down inside the 25.
Yeah, the Kansas City, the Denver Broncos offense, they got rhythm, and anytime you stay on the field, they did it last drive by picking up first downs. Now they've done it again. A defense gets tired, and it starts reacting to what you're doing instead of attacking you, and we're seeing that right now with this Kansas City defense.
David Kirkus with his first catch of the season. Mike Bell returns. Lined up in the eye behind Kyle Johnson. First down, Mike Bell takes off the first hit inside the 20. Here he goes. 10, 6-yard line. Behind Kyle Johnson. This is a kid who early in training camp was told by his position coach, hey, Coach Shanahan wants to see you up in the office, and he feared the worst. He thought he might have been on his way to getting cut. Watch
Kirkus down the field, good blocking there. Kyle Johnson gets good blocks. And the biggest thing of all, Mike Bell, power runner, breaks the tackle.
Timeout called by Kansas City.
With premium features like available Sirius satellite radio, in-dash navigation, comfortable seating for 6, and a 5-star government frontal crash test rating, why fly when you can drive first class? Chrysler Pacifica. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 60 months on 2006 Chrysler Pacifica.
This ain't a pizza. Where's the dough? I can't even get a slice. How am I supposed to fold it? Huh? Who did this? All right, because I got a cousin who knows a guy who should...
He's not ready. Are you? Fridays introduces 7 all-new, radically different appetizers. Like sizzling triple meat fundito, fried mac and cheese, and crispy green bean fries. For a limited time, just $4 each with any entree. Only at Fridays.
I took an NFL player to school. Maybe you can too.
It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter at NFLRush.com.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Ford. Bold moves. They happen every day. Vonage. And by Subway. Yummylicious sandwiches on freshly baked bread. Subway. Eat fresh.
Best drive of the day for Denver.
It is in a very good timeout by the Kansas City Chiefs. Using a defensive timeout. The game is tight. 6-3, 7 minutes to go. You want to hold them to a field goal. Give your defense rest. And take away the momentum that Denver has gained on these last 2 drives.
They've had the football for 6 minutes on this series. First and goal to go. Mike Bell's made some of the big plays, and a flag thrown in toward the offensive line of the Broncos. Broncos have not been penalized today.
Personal foul. Dress through the face mask. Defense number 91. Penalized after this to the goal. And a first down.
And Denver still has it. This going against Kansas City.
Tamba Hali, number 91, goes in for the tackle. Just grazes the face mask. And the flag comes out.
3 tight ends in for Denver, including Chad Mustard. Alexander, the starter. Scheffler, the rookie. First and goal from the 1. Bell cuts outside, and it cost him a couple of yards. Cost him 3 yards. Sammy Knight comes over, makes a huge play.
Secondary for the Kansas City Chiefs has been excellent against the run. Coming up, making tackles. Number 29 to the left of your screen. Sammy Knight, the safety. Mike Bell's been breaking tackles all day. That time he couldn't get away.
Bell, who went into that coach's visit with Coach Shanahan, fearing he's going to get cut, was told, hey, you're doing a good job. You're the starter.
You're the starter. And he said,
what? Would you mind repeating that? Had to hear it twice. Tip on it.
Well, they wanted to get Scheffler in the end zone or down in this area, matched up against Kendrell Bell. And watch Kendrell Bell. And when you look at the outside, never sees the football thrown. Scheffler is wide open for the touchdown. And when you get a linebacker that far out in space, not used to it, that was a terrible matchup for the Kansas City Chiefs. Lucky to get out of it.
One more shot at trying to take the lead. 3rd and goal. Pass, no one there. Trying to take advantage of Walker's size. He cut to the inside. That was James Reed applying some pressure.
I don't know what they were trying to do there. I think they were trying to throw the football to the running back. They shifted the running back up. They got the blitz. The Kansas City Chiefs stayed with all the receivers. And nowhere for Jake Plummer to throw the football.
And Elam now with the 22-yard attempt to tie it. And the kick is good. 2 field goals by Elam. 2 by Tynes. 6-6. 6 minutes to go.
Good news, no more hassles with Wi-Fi hotspots. We're upgrading to this so you can work where you need to.
Bus in Boston?
Yes.
Car wash in Columbus?
Sure.
Mall in Memphis?
Yeah.
Rest stop in Raleigh?
Okay.
About a hot tub in Vegas, baby! Oh, yeah! Vegas, baby! Well, can we?
Absolutely.
See you in Vegas.
With a broadband access card, you can work where you need to on America's most reliable wireless broadband network, Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Vegas, baby!
Every time I see her passing by, all I do is hang my head and cry.
The totally new Jeep Compass. With 30 miles per gallon on the highway, it's freedom in a whole new dimension.
With Budweiser Select, beer has come a long way. We search out the finest ingredients over 2 continents to give it a bold taste. Then we brew it longer for a smooth finish. Never before has beer been made like this. Never has one tasted like this. Budweiser Select.
Expect more. Expect everything.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care. Don't hold back.
We're going to Brazil.
I don't think you know how this is going to end, Kane.
I know exactly how it's going to end.
We're back in Denver. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. A defensive battle it has been. 6'6", Dante Hall. Not optimistic he'll get a chance at a return, as they'll have to re-tee it again. Ball knocked off.
It's Jim, as we're watching it, the flags on top of the goalposts have really started blowing quite hard, and it's pretty windy, so I'd be very surprised if Dante gets a chance.
Dominique Foxworth will have to come over and assist again.
Tell you what it also means, that Kansas City's going to have to get about 10 to 15 yards closer than before to get a good field goal chance.
Well, Hall will get a chance to run it. It's a little head start, catches it on the go. Across the 20 and 26-yard line, where he is met. So Damon Huard comes in with the game tied.
The world's first four-door Wrangler. Wrangler Unlimited, a new species from Jeep.
There is a place where movers and shakers move and shake, where new discoveries are made, and where opportunity has no boundaries. What are you in the market for? The New York Stock Exchange. One market, infinite possibilities.
For the teams of the new Amazing Race, it's not how far they go, but how much closer it brings them.
You could put us in a cardboard box and we'd find a way to have fun.
I'm a co-miner from Eastern Kentucky.
And I'm a housewife.
The mental part, I ain't worried about. She'll carry me.
He builds artificial limbs for a living. We trained for the Hawaii Ironman together, so we're training partners.
Sarah has been an inspiration to me.
The Amazing Race begins CBS tonight after 60 minutes.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Miller Lite and the men of the square table. Good call. And by Red Lobster. Indulge in all the irresistible shrimp you want. It's endless shrimp, only at Red Lobster.
The Chiefs will start this series at the 26th. This offensive unit has been on the sidelines for a while. There's Lawrence Tynes. They'd like to get ball down the field and set up a Tynes kick, but it'll be one that'll be challenged by the wind too if they get that far. Larry Johnson stacked up near the 30. Got an update again. Let's send you back to JB in New York.
Jim and Phil, the Giants overcame a 17-point deficit in the fourth. Can the Jets overcome a 24-point deficit? Pennington to Lavernius Coles. Look at the great effort and determination on this 46-yard pass play to pay dirt. 24-14 Patriots in the fourth. But the Patriots have fumbled and the Jets have recovered. Back to Jim and Phil.
All right, thank you, JB. We understand the Jets are at the 36 of New England, trying to mount a huge comeback like the Giants did earlier today, as you said. Second down and 6. And Johnson picks up about 3. So third and short coming up. Champ Bailey makes the play there.
You know, Jim, you look at it, and that last play, the Broncos had everybody in there to stop the run, and they did. But still, Kansas City's interior line, Larry Johnson's power, they still were able to go forward and pick up some yards.
Crowd encouraging this Denver defense, which again has not allowed a touchdown on the season, surrendering 8 field goals. Needing a big play here. Ball tipped, and they make that play. Foxworth comes up, gets a hand on it.
They're into the rhythm of the Kansas City offense. Every time it's third and short, it's a very quick drop by Damon Huard, the defensive lineman, the blitzer. Even look at the secondary. They're all converging. A lot of trouble that time for Kansas City's offense.
Dominique Foxworth rushing up getting a hand up, and now Colquitt into the wind. Well, we said it when they came out to begin the second half that Denver would have it at their backs at the end of this one, and that could prove to be a huge factor. High boot, Williams got a hand on it and bobbled it out of bounds.
How was that kick into the wind?
Guy's amazing. Broncos, 4:15 to play with the ball.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get help right when you need it? That's the idea behind a new live on-screen service called Dell Connect. A Dell specialist can access and diagnose your computer problem remotely and help solve your problem for you, all live through your broadband connection.
Okay, mind if I log on and take a look? Just sit back while I take care of this for you. That should do it. You're all set.
And Dell Connect comes standard with every Dell PC. Just another way Dell is purely you.
The Broncos again alternating those tailbacks. It'll be Tatum Bell starting out this series. Next week, regional action. Many of you will see that rematch of the Bengals and the Steelers. They met in the playoffs last year, the game that Carson Plummer went out with the injury. That'll be a big one. And we'll be there. It all starts at noon with JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. NFL Today next week. Well, you know, Jason Elam has that one time in his career a 63-yarder. The wind is totally at their backs today. You just wonder if they got down to it. That was back in '98 in the game here against Jacksonville. I mean, is this one of those days and the kind of appropriate conditions to be able to really launch along with? I would think so. We've seen a kickoff that went through the goalpost earlier.
I have no doubt he could make one from 63 yards today if the situation fell into that. It would have to be the last play of the game for them to give him a try like that.
Johnson bumped out at the 21. Now, Plummer had a nice rhythm going on that last series. 4 for 4 on that last drive that led to a field goal.
Well, the last couple of drives, he's thrown the ball very well. The decision-making has been good. Missed a touchdown throw that time to Scheffler. And there was nobody open on that little throw into the end zone.
Yeah, completed those first 4, then had the 2 tosses. He missed out on the end zone, leading to a tying field goal. 2nd down and 5. Of the pocket, that ball deflected. Was it Jared Allen again? That's at least the 2nd time in this game.
Yeah, you tried to nickname him before. It didn't work.
Hoss.
The big Hoss.
I thought it was a good one. You know, Herm Edwards said he's a wild horse rider. What he said about Jared Allen.
Tell you, he was throwing it to the outside, though, Jim. Patrick Surtain was all over the receiver. That ball was going to have to stay in the air a long time. They could have been trouble, so sometimes it's good that it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 5.
Yeah, here's that sweep again.
Tatum Bell. They're not going to convert like they did with Mike Bell the last time because Derek Johnson had a great read on it.
Derek Johnson, you said it earlier. This year, he's not worried about his assignment. He can make the decisions and go right to the football, and his pursuit in the backfield has been good all day long. And the giveaway is the back is behind Jake Plummer. They've only done it twice today, so Kansas City recognized it the 2nd time and got him for a loss.
Well, Dante Hall waits the boot of Ernster. Hall. Career touchdowns against Denver. And again, he's got a lot of room to start with. Races to the left side with open space. They're yelling for a flag on the sideline, and they get one. The Denver sideline screaming for a clip call.
Yeah, the first one they wanted was not a clip. And I'm glad they didn't call it that. They got another one up the field.
55-yard punt, 26-yard return, but some of it coming back.
Oh my gosh, was that the clip back there? Oh, here it is. Well, that's a clip. That's a block below the waist, which is illegal from behind. When you play against Dante Hall, it's like his legs are fresh again, aren't they? He looks quicker than he did last year. You got to go for high, shorter punts, because when you outkick your punt coverage,
and you get him a 20-yard head start on everyone and a running start.
Personal foul. Block below the waist during the return by the return team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul and a first down.
It's D. Brown.
D. Brown, here he is. Oh. And you know what? Didn't have to do it. Didn't have the blocking. That's easy for me to say up here. But when you go to below the waist, even though he gets his head and body in front of the defender, that is illegal.
D. Brown, their third running back behind Johnson and Bennett, and also their third-team quarterback today, emergency quarterback. From the 31 with 3 minutes, 8 seconds to play. Johnson for 5.
Well, one of the things that Larry Johnson takes advantage of, look at the blocking up front by the offensive line, especially inside. Big hole, he gets a good yardage. To the outside, we talked about it. Casey Wigman pulling all the way around the center, gets contact, and Larry Johnson somehow finds his way through the mess and picks up some big yards.
He's got 112 yards on the ground, 153 total yards. Second down and 5. Waiting, and coming up about a yard short.
You know, it's tremendous to watch him run. He's big. We've talked about how strong he is, and he can just go from one level to the next without really losing speed and power. And defenders, John Lynch, he is a really good open field tackler. He went right around him that time, even when John Lynch had the angle.
3rd and 1. And it's as lively here as it's been all day. Who else? Johnson comes in sideways for the first. Which will take it down, you got to believe, right down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, what they've done with that first down, they're just going to take this game down to one thing. It's going to be the last possession. They're either going to win it or go into overtime.
So we've reached the 2-minute warning. First down for Kansas City coming up out of the break.
Meet Jen Miller. For the last 28 years, she's had a twin sister, Mary, but never noticed. It was McDonald's fresh brewed premium roast coffee that woke her up to her double.
Hi. It was like looking in a mirror. I'm Jen. We've met.
Wake up and smell your life with richer, bolder premium roast coffee and a warm, fresh-made breakfast sandwich.
We're even the same age.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is off the hizzy.
3, 2, 1.
Off the hizzy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
Looking for something.
Where's the gold?
I got tired of people taking it. So I got a Visa check card. And if this gets stolen, I'm not liable for any fraudulent charges. And I get all that money back.
Give me it.
No.
Give me the card.
No. Oh, look, a unicorn.
The Visa check card. Safer, better money. Life takes Visa.
Last season, one brother got married, one didn't.
I don't freaking believe it.
Will Charlie ever recover?
I'm interrupting. Gee, you think?
Will Ellen really move out?
I need you, Charlie! Anybody here know a Charlie?
Will you forgive yourself if you miss the season premiere of TV's #1 comedy?
Pow! Let's do this thing.
2.5 Men, CBS tomorrow.
A brief imagery session for Lawrence Tynes during the timeout, out with the cheerleaders. Just getting a little feel, a little imagination going here in case he's called upon here in the last 2 minutes. We're figuring here, factoring in the thin air, but the wind against, somewhere around the 32 is what you say, Phil. Huard, play action. First option not there. Dumps it off to Larry Johnson, and he is bumped back. Lynch coming over to assist Ian Gold. No gain.
Somewhere along the line here, the Kansas City Chiefs have got to find a way to get it down the field. This time, the play action pass. Damon Huard wants to go deep to the left, but he does not have time. That time, Michael Myers got in there and forced him out of the pocket.
Well, the last time Damon Huard started the game 6 years ago, he drove the Dolphins down the field in the last 2 minutes and won the game on a touchdown pass. Hasn't started the game since then, November 2000. Johnson shrugs off the first hit, has another first down, and moving it into Bronco territory.
That was a really good call. That time by Mike Solari, the offensive coordinator. He got Dante Hall moving. They spread the defense out. And you know what? If you're a defender, anytime you see Larry Johnson behind the quarterback, be alert for the run.
Here's Solari sending in a key play here. The clock is running with 45 seconds. Again, Chiefs with 2 timeouts. Johnson right side, and he is dropped for a big loss by Gold. Sets him back 3. And now the timeout is called by Kansas City.
This time the running play, Denver, a sense of urgency. They know they cannot give up yards or they're going to get a field goal chance by the Kansas City Chiefs. So they string it out to the outside, and Ian Gold, good hustle, really good speed, makes the tackle.
So the Chiefs left with 1 timeout. A little too conservative that time, you think?
The play call doesn't bother me. What bothers me, they did it in the first half. Somebody's got to call a timeout. And that time, Herman Edwards had to run on the field, tap the official on the back, and go timeout. So, you know, it probably wasted at least 5 or 6 seconds, which could be huge here 3 or 4 plays later in this game.
Now what will they demand of Damon Huard? Bennett is the running back. Johnson is out. 2nd down and 13. Huard escapes the pressure. Toss wide of the mark, looking for Eddie Kinnison. Ebenezer Ekuban has had a very active day.
Yeah, they're just not giving Damon Huard. Now you understand why, when I was talking about early in the game, formations, extra tight ends in the game, what they were doing, because they don't trust their pass protection. It didn't work very well last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, and when he's dropped back today, every time just about, Damon Huard's had to move out of the pocket.
27 seconds. Have to get to the 37 for a first. Huard fires downfield, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Gonzalez. And again, it was Ian Gold in the middle of things. He was down there defending.
Damon Huard never really got a grip on this football. As you watch him throw it down the field, Tony Gonzalez knows he has no chance to catch it, so he just goes through the defender to make sure it's not intercepted.
Gonzalez today, 2 catches for 7 yards. So Colquitt comes in. Williams, who got a little sloppy with that last handle on a punt return. Better be careful. Low snap. Colquitt fields it with ease. And no one near this return. into the end zone. 13 seconds. Do you try anything here, Phil, with that little time left? Do you try to do something here, or do you go ahead and say we'll settle for overtime?
Oh, every time I get to see a situation like this in the NFL, you know what I think of, Jim? Super Bowl. Do you remember the game?
Yeah, the Tom Brady.
No.
No.
No. Joe Theismann to Jack Squire. There's no reason to throw the screen pass. They do it. It gets intercepted. They give a touchdown. The game is over. That's why you take a knee.
I was thinking of the one where Brady and the Patriots, some thought they should have sat down on it, but they didn't. No. And they went on and won the game with the Vinatieri field goal. So we're going to overtime.
That was a whole different scenario. But I think of that. You just can't run plays randomly. They always got to be well thought out, and you're not going anywhere with so little time. So you kneel down and you go to overtime.
It's our third overtime game of the day. Already with the Giants winning in overtime over Philly, Minnesota defeating Carolina. And for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Kansas City and Denver. Jim Nantz here along with Phil Simms. We have not had a touchdown in this game today. 6-6 heading to overtime. And rest assured, 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following the game, except on the West Coast. When you think about week 2, it's so early in the season. But if you look at recent history and teams that started the year 0-2, and what does that do for them? I mean, there's some urgency here.
I had a hole like in that 30-some seconds when they ran the ball inside. Defensive tackle turned him all the way around. I let him go. Hell yeah, I said I'm not gonna pay it, man. I got to be bigger than that. And otherwise, the team still had a chance to kick a field goal, you know?
Kansas City better be careful here. They better defend.
Well, they're
you better, Dante. You just can't get. They were walking off the field. Denver will receive the kick going into the win.
Kansas City about gave them both options.
Just about. Denver will receive the kick when we come back.
Checking out this morning's traffic. It's gridlocked all the way into downtown. All 4 lanes are...
A new level of strength, a new level of quality. Introducing the GM 100,000-mile warranty, a new level of confidence.
You're gonna get what you need. Gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you need.
With courtesy transportation and roadside assistance, it's the best coverage in America from the biggest brand in America.
Well, you know the overtime rules. First team to score wins, but maybe you don't know this. No coaches challenges. Booth reviews only. Kansas City did get a little careless there during the coin toss.
They lost the coin toss. I thought there was going to be something where as we're looking at this, Jim, as teams go into overtime, if you won the coin toss, would you say we'll defend the goal and take the win? I'm not down the field to really feel it, but I know there's at least 15 to 20 miles an hour the wind is blowing.
Hobbs is back deep. You saw the graphic. That if you start 0-2, well, the last 2 years, no team has started 0-2 and made the playoffs in 04 or 05. Hobbs with a mishandle. Still doesn't have it at the 16. But he'll hold on just barely in time. Pollard coming in, trying to make a case for it. Whew. Boy, that stopped a few heartbeats around here.
Yeah, it always
kicked it.
It's the same error everybody makes when it comes to handling the football. You saw Cobbs look up before the football came into his hands. That's why he dropped it.
Rod Smith remains out of this game, shaken up twice. Kirkus is split wide to the left. On the toss, it's Tatum Bell. And he gets 2 yards. 2 yards. Tonight's lineup on CBS, 60 minutes. And folks, it's the season premiere of The Amazing Race, followed by Without a Trace on a new night on America's Most Watched Network.
Jim again, Greg Wesley from the secondary making the play. Looks like there's going to be a running lane for the Broncos offensive running back. And all of a sudden, the secondary person for the Chiefs up near the line of scrimmage making a tackle.
Interesting, they did not alternate for this series. Tatum Bell gets the last 2, and there's a pass to Kirkus out to the 31. A gain of 14.
Patrick Surtain, the Chiefs have switched their corners from side to side according to who they're covering. That time, Patrick Surtain against Kirkus. They got to love that matchup. They blitz one-on-one coverage. Jake Plummer makes a really good throw.
Kirkus with his second catch of the game. Gives them some relief out across the 30 and taken off. It's Tatum Bell, and he is able to get into Kansas City territory. Almost able to break it all the way. Sammy Knight stopped it from going the distance.
The Chiefs were in a defense that was really safe, where they won't give up the big play. But when you get late in the game, you saw how the Broncos pushed all the defenders to the outside, and Tatum Bell cuts it back up inside. This is classic Broncos running game.
Phil, I mentioned it before. They've been alternating all game long. Tatum got the last series of regulation and this one. Going with the veteran, Shanahan. Bell this time, nothing there, no gain.
Jared Allen again in the backfield making the tackle.
Well, Mike Bell now is going to come in after the back-to-back carries.
And the total yards as the game wears on. Defenses get tired, offenses find their rhythm, and that's when they start making plays.
The 49 from the gun. Shakes it off, throws it down. Walker has the catch. They're in field goal winning territory with Javon Walker hauling it in. 24 yards.
The underthrow to the outside. It's the slant and go. Ty Law sees it all the way, reads it perfectly, but he can't react to the football as fast as the wide receiver does once it's thrown. The underthrow is one of the toughest defensive plays for a corner to make in this league.
Walker with his rushing plays twice today, and that catch now 100 total yards. Tatum Bell returns. They'll give it right back to him, and he is stopped for a 1-yard loss by Mitchell. Well, we could be on our way to seeing a first possession overtime win. I know that we disagree on this subject matter, but this is something that Carl Peterson, the president of the Kansas City Chiefs, also doesn't like. And a couple of years ago, this was something that got some consideration by the owners to review the whole overtime procedure, try to make it a little bit
well, when you come up with a solution, you tell it to me.
Bell, stutter stepping, and again he's clogged and met right there at the 26.
Go ahead, what would you suggest?
It's easy. Each team is guaranteed one possession. If they scored here, then Kansas City would be allowed a chance to at least come back and match it. And if they do, thereafter, it is the first team to score wins.
Here's what I don't like about that, because it changes the circumstance for the second team. There can almost be advantage. Now you get to go 4 downs instead of 3. You know, if you get to take a chance inside to go to score, I just don't think it's fair. They kicked off. They had them backed up inside the 20. If you can't hold them, you deserve to lose.
Let me ask you this. Would you take 28% return on your money? 28%. Would you be happy with that with your lifetime? 28% of the time since the overtime rule came in 1974, the team that took the opening kick went down the field and scored. That is an unfair advantage. Here's the lineup again tonight on CBS. And it begins with 60 Minutes, the amazing race, the season premiere, and without a trace on a new night. Now listen, they've got a 3rd and long coming up.
Let me talk. You know what? You're right. Just let them play forever. Let's see them all fall out in the field. Let them all get hurt. Then what do we got? That's my counter to that. They're tired. It's physical. It might not be the fairest way, but it's the right way.
Because you're saying because of fear of injury.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you make that case for college or high school or Division I AA?
I would if I was announcing their games.
These guys are paid to play from the 26. And it is Bell working it as close as he can get for Elam. And that's another 5.
Yeah, it's a good call by Mike Shanahan. You got one of the best kickers in the NFL. He's had great success here in Invesco Field, so you put it in his hands.
Remember, he missed one earlier in this direction. Again, this is the tricky wind conditions right here. 39-yarder it will be. Will Kansas City try to ice him? And they do, in fact, call the timeout.
I think we talked about this last night as we were watching some college football during our meetings. When you call a timeout, I've asked many kickers this. When they call the timeouts in situations like this, I said, does it make you more nervous? Does it put more pressure on you? And everyone says the same thing. No, I like it. It gives me more time to think, lets me look at the situation, calms me down, and I have a better chance of making the kick. So that's how kickers look at it.
You know, we've been talking about the symmetry for the Broncos with their poor performance week 1 last year at Miami, this year at St. Louis. Well, week 2 last year, they came back home. They were down 14-0, and they came back to win on an Elam kick from 41 yards at the end over San Diego. 39 yards to follow the same script from a year ago to go 1-1. Elam's kick is on the way, and it is good. A first possession overtime victory. The Broncos win it 9-6. Elam field goals in the second half as Kansas City led it 6-0. First time these two ever played a game without a touchdown. Denver wins it in overtime. We're sending you to James Brown in New York.